Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 26 of Red Dead Redemption 2. I would very much like to find some sort of medicine or treatment or something to help out Arthur with his... and by the way, major spoilers if you came into this episode on your own and have mistaken episode 26 for being a short distance into the game. Rest assured that we are very deep into it. Give you all a chance to mute or bow out now. To help out Arthur with his tuberculosis. I hate it, and I hate how haggard and red-eyed and just miserable he seems. But as Samalander said last time, it's not the kind of thing that you get over, so I feel bad about that. Anyway, we are in camp, and it's a brand new camp. This is what happened at near the end of our previous episode. By the way, I have no qualms about the actions that Miss Grimshaw took at the end of the last episode. Sometimes things like that will happen, and I will think better of them and, you know, come away with a different thought on it after a little bit of room to breathe. But no, not this time. For all the reasons that I said at the end of the last episode. Now, we might... Okay. Figured maybe we could let Arthur take it easy, but it's not going to happen.
But it'll happen to you too. They'll stop looking soon enough, and that glass in your hand won't be so friendly neither.
Well, maybe I'll get lucky and die first.
Yes. Well, get to work. Vanity won't help you, young or old.
That seemed like kind of a tense conversation. Doesn't seem like anybody wants to talk after that. Nope. Okay. Now, there is a white dot over here, so that might be somebody that we can talk to. I don't think it's Uncle, though. Although, he might have some dialogue. Hello. How are you? Nope, he doesn't want to talk either. Now, what's the white dot? I know that we can sleep here, but... it feels like maybe there's something else here. It's cigarettes. Can take those. Potent miracle tonic. Not miraculous enough. Can't help out with the, oops. Wait, what was inspect? Stop. Inspect. Oh, okay. Arthur's horseshoe. Yeah, pretty sure that we've seen all this stuff. Okay. Let me just look around the back. I don't remember there being a white dot on the map here, and from what we learned after a certain point, black dots were chores that you could do around the camp to raise your honor even a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be a thing here. So I'm mostly going to see if there's any ammo or crafting supplies.
You okay, friend?
Never better.
Dutch. You're breaking his heart. You know that.
Okay, good point for an autosave.
To me, friend.
No. But I know.
Dutch and that fool at his ear, they're gonna kill every last one of us. I see that now.
The in-game audio feels very quiet. Let me just go to options, settings. Let me just make sure that I didn't do anything. Nope, everything's all the way up. Okay. So, there's a couple quests to do. I think that we are going to start with Leopold Strauss. He's not my favorite guy, but if I was to guess, well, then again, who would he have done loans to? Maybe people around Annisburg here. And then I do definitely want to see the deal with Edith Downs, because I have, like, this happened at the end of the last episode. Apparently, she's somebody that Arthur knew. It was supposed to be sort of like a teaser or a reveal, like, oh my god, it's Edith Downs, you know, her. And I wasn't looking at the screen at during the fraction of a second that she was up, so I didn't see her, and maybe I will recognize her if I do go see her.
Mr. Morgan,
Herr Strauss,
how are you?
about how I look.
Okay. Are you perhaps available for some work?
Debtors?
Yes.
I guess.
Your commitment to your duties is admirable. You know, Mr. Morgan, you're... Well, I'm sorry for you. No, never mind. I didn't...
Look, Strauss.
You take care.
I ain't dead yet.
No, of course not. That's what I was saying.
The debtors, Strauss. Who owes you money?
Well, there's a deserter from Fort Wallace. Head to him first. They're looking for him out on the road near Three Sisters. Man's name is J. John Weathers.
J. John Weathers.
Then there's a miner over in Annisburg. He's called Arthur. Like you. Arthur Londonderry. Family man, desperate, you know the type.
Couldn't one of the boys do
I
this?
tried. They lacked your vigor.
Vigor, huh? All right.
Take care, Mr. Morgan.
Okay, so we're probably going to go debt collecting. Before we do that, I wanted to look in his satchel. No, I did the journal. Hold on a second. We read this last time, so we don't need any of that. So... I want to see if there's recipes or something. Recipe pamphlets. So I just want to make sure, because I don't have any poison arrows. And we learned last time that that was the best option to take down a deer. And it concerns me that I don't have any, and that I don't appear to know how to make any. Small game arrow, improved arrow, fire arrow, hoist ointment, poison arrow. Okay, let me just make sure that I read this. So, arrow, feather, oleander plant. I think it's the oleander that I'm missing out on. I just want to see if it brings up a pop-up that now I know how to make it. No, so I must have read that in the past. Well, let's hop on the horse, and we're going to go... debt collecting. I don't know where to look for oleander. Maybe... Arthur does, but I feel like that's compendium information that gets filled in after you
All right, girl.
actually find it. Like, you gotta find it for the first time, and then Arthur will know more about where to find it. It could also be marked on the map like the animals are, but I don't see anything like that. So let's find the closest debtor, or the debtor closest to where we're headed. And... ooh. Sadie Adler. I wonder if she's still planning to get John out. That seemed to be a storyline that hasn't resolved yet. So let's go head towards J. John Weathers. It's actually in the dead opposite of the way that we're trying to go. Or, sorry, of the other mission. But, wait, they're not going to let me ride through the camp, though. They just yelled at me when I tried to run through the camp. Okay, well, let me try it nonetheless. Maybe I can just lead her through camp if they won't let me ride. Oh, wait.
Just when I think you might be a
Just
decent
calm
fella.
down.
Okay. I don't need to go through camp at all. Okay, so... now I've gotten her too close and she's stuck. Oops. Okay, so she backed off. Let me go hop on her. I did not expect this episode to take so long to get on the road, but now we're here, and now I know I'm just gonna... Oh, am I? Okay, is it cold? I wasn't... every time I brought that up, I wasn't paying attention to the temperature, so... let me go over here, and we'll switch to... the gunslinger. Yep, coat on. This also is not the way. Can I ride along this way? Got it.
Very worried, Fraulein. Very, very worried.
So I guess as we go... okay, so a couple things. As we go, number one, I'm going to have out the... or at least ready... oops. Shoot. Yes, the varmint rifle. Because if we see some rabbits, I'm going to shoot them, and hopefully we will eventually come up with some perfect rabbit pelts. No, those are squirrels. Although maybe I can study them. Okay, there's a black squirrel.
Okay,
wait, what was that?
Yeah.
Study. Oh, it's 3 stars. Don't step on it. Did I get it? Where is it? Pick up. Skin. Well, I really just need the pelt. Is this a perfect pelt? I need 2. Yes! Oh! Well, I actually need 3. So I will again note. Oh, hello to Scrooge McDuck, who, as a fun sort of note, I was just about to say, I want to make sure that everybody knows that every success I have at this point from the whole rest of the game in hunting is coming by way of a viewer who wrote to us in a private message and clued me in on some things that this deep into the game that I was completely clueless about. And it is entirely due to that communication that I now have my very first of 3 rabbit pelts. I can find 2 more, that'd be ideal. I don't even, like, this is not going to be a run through the game where I get maximum hunter rank or bounty hunting rank or any other thing. I just, like, when we're riding along and there's so many rabbits out here, it's been a point of confusion and frustration that I have not been able to land one. So, the fact that there is a system in place and that all the information is there, and I just need to know where to look, is very, very helpful. So, Scrooge McDuck, if you're just joining us, we are on the path to go collect some debts, and when we get there, I'll probably want to switch out from the varmint rifle. I don't know if a varmint rifle is likely to be, lethal to a person. I can't imagine that it feels good. Nonetheless, I'd rather that they feel nothing at all from the double-barreled shotgun because they are stricken dead the moment that I pull the trigger. So that's usually my go-to for close-in encounters. I am keeping one eye on the path here for any additional rabbits that decide they like to follow semi-straight lines. So I see like flowers and stuff off the roads. I don't know what oleander looks like. I've never been in the... I'm sure it looks exactly like real oleander does. This is a little bit like... Do you all remember when we were playing... Oh, hold on.
Easy.
Nope, that's a squirrel again. Astroneer. There was something that I was looking for, and for lack of, like, remembering what it actually was, we'll just call it, like, unobtainium. Hello to Drienne! And on at least 2 occasions, thanks to another viewer who would, like, say, oh, you just missed it. I know that there was some on screen on at least 2 occasions, and I completely missed it. Yeah, so these are just flowers, just regular flowers, they're not herbs.
Okay, girl.
I am proceeding on video game logic, which is that if there's a plant that I can... Oh, you know what I could probably do? I could probably just use nature vision or what, eagle vision? Let me do this. I bet anything that Arthur can interact... Yeah, like that, there's like a flashy thing up there. Let's go see what that is. It either looks like a giant mushroom or deer that's facing the other way. Well, yeah, I don't really want a deer right now.
I got the wrong man. You're after my brother Petey. Petey's always getting into trouble.
They called you a woman killer.
Okay, so, yeah, just to circle back to the whole, Molly conversation. In the real world, like, when this game started, I didn't say anything about it, but what I was thinking when it was doing the whole opening crawl about how the year is 1899 and the last of the criminal gangs in the West are being hunted down and eradicated, my internal monologue was good. Fuck them. Running around, killing people, robbing banks and so forth, like... yeah, that sounds fine with me. Get out the criminal gangs and you know, establish some law so that we don't have people like, for example, the O'Driscolls running around and preying on people, or these like cave dwellers that we met in the last episode of this, so that we don't have folks like that running around and kidnapping people and just hurting them. We'll just use generic hurting them there. However, I'm not me in 1899. I'm Arthur Morgan, and from the perspective of Arthur Morgan, we've actually done our level-headed best to be a good person. We try to help people that are in distress. We try to turn down... Just want to make sure that there's... I don't want deer tracks, though. I was looking to see if there's any pickable plants, because I don't know where oleander grows. As Arthur, we've tried to do our best by people. We've tried to honor our deals and get paid for work that we do and help people in distress without any expectation of reward. And then, as Arthur Morgan, here comes... Oh, there's a stranger coming up. Here comes Molly, who is mad at Dutch for reasons that maybe I'm supposed to know about. I don't know. She clearly thinks that he's stepping out on her. I don't know or care whether that's true, because the action that she takes is to turn in everyone in the gang to go to the law who are so clearly sinister. Weren't they... I don't think they threatened to take or hurt Jack. I don't think that they had anything to do with how he got into the hands of the criminal boss there in Saint Denis. I don't think they had anything to do with it. There are sometimes many days between episodes, so as a result, some of the finer points I will sometimes slip away, but regardless, they were awful. They were terrible people. There was nothing upstanding about their vision of law and order whatsoever, and were not above threatening a child or extortion or anything else to go after Arthur and the gang. So the idea that Molly would go to them at all speaks very poorly of her judgment. The fact that she would go to them, and that the consequence of that happening is that Hosea and Charles and Lenny... Wait, no, Charles is still alive. I think I was wrong about Charles being dead. I really thought that he was not with us anymore. I'm just going to look to see if this weird color flower... No. If, the fact that we lost Lenny and Hosea because she ratted us out, how am I supposed to forgive that? How am I supposed to forgive that as Arthur Morgan? Like, I, as me, am pretty upset about that, because they didn't deserve to get killed because she was mad at Dutch over whatever she was mad about.
You eyed me up.
No.
On your way.
Literally have nothing to do with you, sir. You rode up on me? So I know that Herr Strauss said that we were looking in the... like, on the path or whatever. Oh, wait, maybe that was the guy. Maybe I shouldn't have... I guess it didn't put a dot on him, so I wasn't thinking about it.
It's all good. Calm down.
Why are you so darn close to me?
Well, it looks to me a lot like you're wearing a gray uniform, but it's probably just gray traveling clothes. You might want to avoid that color in the years following the Civil War. And yeah, I know it's been like 30 years now, but 25.
Yeah.
I'm exploring a bit because we are within the circle, and I don't feel like I have a tremendous amount of information, except that, like, near 3 rivers is what we got. And we are high enough up that I don't see any rivers at all. By the way, I keep checking Eagle Vision here, whatever this is called, but I don't even know that pickable herbs will show up in that mode.
Yep.
So anyway, Arthur, so I have a few questions, and I think at the moment they're mostly just rhetorical questions, but number one, would Arthur be as hesitant about killing innocent people, like he perceived Molly to have been innocent, or at least not worth it, if we were playing like a very low honor play, because that would feel a little bit dissonant if Arthur ran around killing people all day long, but then the first time that Dutch does it, Arthur has all sorts of qualms. Now, that said, I didn't have any qualms about why Mary died at all, and I'm not even sure why... Arthur kind of took it out on Dutch, because Dutch clearly was going to do something about it, but to me, it's like, I don't blame him at all. Hello to Tashir! Sorry, we're just doing a little bit of exploration here. We're circling around this big question mark. I'm gonna try to get up to the very top of this ridge. Maybe at a minimum, I can look down, grab some binoculars, see where this deader is. This slope is much, much steeper than I thought it was. All right, let's see if we can get up here at all.
Yep.
Speaking of tall slopes, I had a chance to watch some of Centrifugal Force's stream, and if she stops by today, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But in City Skylines, she was designing a volcano. Yep, okay, don't fall all the way down the mountain. All right, so that plan's not going to work.
Hey there, girl. It's okay.
Check Eagle Vision here. I hope this is called Eagle Vision. It's called something like that.
Girl, just a scratch.
Just a scratch. Wait,
Yeah, you
did I
good,
get the
girl?
scratch or did she? Slow. Also, you want to know another control in this game that you've never seen me do because I don't actually remember what it is? Okay, this is...
You done good, girl.
Yeah, she did. Apparently, like, because I have such high horse trust, I can do, like, skid turns, or what, drift turns, whatever it's called. And I've never done that because I don't remember the buttons. It's like, hold X, and then there's, like, some other button or something. And I don't remember what it is. So you're saying that he also saw a Centrifugal Forces, stream, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, City Skylines has a very robust terrain editor, but even there, she was downloading additional mods to get access to the height and additional tools that she wanted. Oh boy, I'm gonna break this horse's legs. I don't want to do that. I do want to find where this person is. John... whatever his name is. Yeah, so you're saying that he never did the skid turns either. Huh. Nothing goes quite like, nothing goes with your emphysema quite like having some more cigarettes. Or actually, it wouldn't be emphysema, would it? It would be, Nope, that's... I did not intend to do that, sir. I did not intend to do that. Okay. I wanted to focus on him and maybe talk to him. Because here's the thing. The specific thing that was said is they're looking for him on the road. So I feel like all of this time that I'm spending going down here and looking around and still not finding anything is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I'm supposed to be interviewing people as they pass on the road.
Will you wait a second? Hell no!
Well, I can't blame him. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that I drew on.
Yeah.
At some point, I would also like to discuss the latest Mortal Kombat movie. Oh, wait. Was this always here? How many times did I ride past this wagon? God damn it. John. Oh, he's fixing the wheel.
J. John Weathers.
They call me Snow Goose now.
Whatever they call you. You borrowed money off of Leopold Strauss. The bills come due.
This ain't the best time, sir.
This ain't the best time for anyone.
Mr. Strauss knew it was a long-term proposition.
The debt is due.
Okay. I got supplies meant to last through the winter. You can take them. Just... is there any way you can help me I stay out here, there won't be anyone to pay you.
I ain't here to help. I'm here to collect. We're all of us up against it.
Look, there's men after me. They're killers. I ain't a deserter, just an objector. It ain't right. If there was another way than running, I need your help.
Shut up.
Please.
Up here, it's him.
It's too late.
Form up, we shoot on sight.
I clear off, sir.
Ah, shit. Well, seeing as I'm here, I'll do what I can for you.
Hello to Azaric. Hold on a second. Yeah, that varmint rifle's really going to come in handy. Okay, so just not anything then.
I'm gonna blow your head off.
Hey, do I have, yeah. Hold on, what does the most damage here? Well, express... Oh! Sorry, I really enjoyed the fact that I shot that man off the horse, but then the horse did the rest of the work. Whoops, wait. Why is this on fire? Did I do that? Pause. Azric, thank you so much for the resubscription. I really appreciate it. I very much, if this was like a main story beat, we might have to wait until after the cutscene was over, but as a side quest, Azric, for real, thank you so much. Azric is a wonderful streamer. We very much enjoy his streams, and all of us, our time and our sort of subscription dollars are limited, so when somebody takes the time to subscribe here, it means so much, so thank you.
It's all right, my darling.
Hello to Grumpy as well.
Come out.
Crap. I probably should have helped you fix the damn wagon.
We could probably still save something.
Really now?
Look, you can take the silver locket for the debt.
I don't care at all about this debt.
Damn the dad. Just get her somewhere safe. Go on.
Thank you, fella. You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure. But you...
I don't know nothing about kindness.
So as we were saying, I think I might have missed your response the other night, but that was a great tweet from the Spider-Verse animator. Had to tag you in on it, figured you'd appreciate it. I really did, and I didn't have anything really to say on Twitter, but I read through the whole thing, and without going into any plot details, I'm just going to pause here for a second because I want to see if there's anything on the wagon before it completely incinerates. There was what Azaric is referring to here is that there was a thread on Twitter from one of the animators who worked on Into the Spider-Verse, which we've talked about in passing a couple times. It is a great movie. If you have mistaken it as something beneath your notice because it is animated, please correct your expectations. It is a fantastic movie. And one of the animators was asked or was responding to a question about what's the hardest scene in the movie that you animated. And without going into story details, he shares what I feel like is a fairly personal story about it wasn't necessarily the most technically complicated, but the most emotionally difficult scene to work on because of the point in their journeys that the characters were on and how much had to be conveyed in just a few seconds with a combination of animation and facial expressions and camera work and what it meant to him personally to be going through that with the characters, it was a fascinating answer, and it's one of those answers that it heightens, it elevates your understanding and respect for the technical work that goes into something like an animated project. Like, everything that we play here on games, I don't think we played anything that's full motion video, and even if they did, there's always some technical artistry to it, and every facial expression, every piece of art design, everything that people wear, every, side eye, those are all things that are designed and they're worked on and they're thought about, at least in the good projects. And it was a great thing, and I'm very glad that you tagged me in, Azric, because otherwise I don't think that I would have seen that. Yes, Tashir knows exactly the scene. I don't think there's going to be anything here. This feels like a total loss. I'm also going to go scavenge the bodies. But yeah, dude, whatever the debt was, how much was that silver locket worth? $20? $25? I have like 8,000. I'm fine. Now, here's the thing. If I was Arthur, I would just pay for it out of pocket. I suspect that what he's going to do is go back to Strauss and say, oh, I decided to let him go. And that Arthur or Strauss is going to, like, chew him out or something. Oh, wait. Inspect document. Where was this? Wait. Yeah, see, I just got, like, a silver ring off that person. Did I or did I not just see something that said inspect document? Hold on a second. Letter to Martin from father. Did I read this? I don't think so. I really want you to work on your temper. That behavior at lunch last week was disgraceful. Abusing the clergyman and Miss Hillcott. She's a widow. He's a man of God, and you, with a drink inside you, speaking like that. Your mother was appalled. I was humiliated. You'll get yourself killed one of these days if you carry on like that in public instead of around family. I expect better from you. You were raised to be a proper gentleman. Your father. I didn't expect to find anything on the back of that. But yeah, one concern that comes up for me, and I'm the only person here who kind of feels like this is a thing, but for me, I feel like so much the story of Twitter is people being bothered by strangers, that I don't want to bother strangers. I really like to be able to like tweets from people that I know here on Twitch, especially when I see them, and I want them to know that I saw it, and it's something that's sort of happy or otherwise something exciting or cool. But I feel hesitant to add to the thread by the Spider-Verse animator, because even though that's a conversation initiated by that person, it kind of feels like Twitter's a great place to go. Okay, let me make sure that I'm saying this carefully. It feels like Twitter is a great place for me to go to irritate people. And I don't want to do that. So I feel like I'm more comfortable just, liking the tweet and then maybe talking about it here so that people know that I saw it. Hello to Ink! Ink, we were just talking about a Twitter thread on Twitter by one of the Into the Spider-Verse animators, and what was the hardest scene that he had to animate, and just sort of like thinking through that. I am very low on stamina, so I need to have something that's not a cigarette. How about some rum? Alright, anything else I can have? Well, I should have some actual, like, food. Also, Redford could really use a snack. Oh, hold on, wait, stop, don't stomp the rabbit to death. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, well now it's a squirrel, so I missed it. But we are in rabbit territories. I'm going to keep one eye out. We have exciting news for anybody that missed it. We now have 1 out of 3 perfect rabbit pelts. A feat that most people who played this game probably successfully did in the first 3 hours of playing. We're episode 26, and we have 1 of 3. I will take my victories where I can get them.
You there?
Yes?
Can you help?
That depends. What's up?
Can you help me, mister?
What's the problem?
A goddamn horse got spooked and run off.
You hurt?
Not too bad, at least. But he took my damn leg.
Sorry.
He went that way, I think. His name's Buell.
Buell?
Second time a prick named Buell cost me a leg.
Huh?
Buell was my general when I lost it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, if you see an angry bastard of a horse with my wooden leg, I'd be real grateful.
I'll bear that in mind.
It kind of makes me want to do a quick Google search to see if there was a General Buell. Find out which side of that particular conflict he was on. But then again, this veteran might be from some, like, I'm not thoroughly versed in other wars at the time. Grumpy is saying Twitter is a discovery service for contrarians. You post a picture of a kitten, it'll draw out the kitten haters. Yeah, a lot of, like, one thing that, like, on a few different occasions I've talked here about, like, hey, we can like or dislike different things, and it doesn't have to be like a big argument. And usually what I'm thinking in my head, I think that's the horse, by the way. I'm just looking for a way to slip down here. Now, see, I could navigate this without falling on my ass. I don't know if Arthur can. So if I lose some health, or wind up hacking up a lung, okay, now we can get going.
There he is.
But yeah, Twitter is just like, anything you like or don't like is like, you're just opening yourself up for infinite criticism. Alright. It's fine, Buell. I do see the leg there in the stirrup. That's a nice touch. Alright, let's pat first. Please don't kick me to death. Alright, lead. Okay. I feel like we're friends now. Now, I just gotta figure out how to get Buell up here.
Let's get you back.
Grumpy uses Twitter for one reason: to complain to companies about stuff. I use Twitter because it's an interesting social ecosystem.
Can't go far with that leg in your stirrup. Can't go bucking him like that. So you better be good, you hear? I get the notion he's not a man you want to cross. No matter how big and strong you are.
My sense in Red Dead Redemption 2, I'm holding down A, by the way. I'm not sure that we can go faster than this while leading a horse. My sense is that we are in what the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 considers north. Like, it's a pretty compact map in terms of the amount of terrain that it wants to cover. It's big by game terms, but I think it's supposed to be bigger in terms of, like, world terms. And as a result, I think that we're probably north-ish enough that it's more likely this fellow fought for the North. If I discover otherwise, this may not have the ending that he or Buell had been hoping for. Salmolander uses Twitter because it is required for streamers, it seems. So, we've actually been very hesitant to do any tweets about this game in particular, because you guys, we love hanging out with. The general Twitter audience, I mean, who knows who might decide...
You here. Come on. You're not so nasty.
That they want to come in and post something like spoilery. So, there'll probably be more Twitter activity as we move on to additional games. Hello to Mio.
I found him.
You're a good man, Mr.
Arthur. You're right. He's a brute.
Hamish Sinclair. Yeah, he's a great horse, aside from when the devils got him. Hey, you want to hand me that leg there, please? And while you're at it, give old Buell a kick for me, would you? No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, help you with one of those two things.
Thank you. Weren't but a snake that spooked him. You're a real gentleman, you know?
Sometimes, maybe. Hey, how'd you lose a leg?
Oh, in the war. Cannonball. Pretty clean, though. I don't have much pain, and I didn't get any gangrene. A young boy went into battle with me, got cut in half, so all things considered, I'm doing pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. So, how is the false one?
It's okay. I can still Hunt, fish, enjoy the outside. Weren't sent too crazy by it. Anyway, I ain't got much to pay you with.
You know, that's okay.
You like fishing? You come with me someday. I know some pretty good spots.
I'm a pretty poor fisherman.
Yeah, well, I'm great, so between the two of us, we do okay. My cabin is right over on the other side of O'Crea's Run there. Thanks again. You throw me again, you old dumb bastard, I'm gonna put a bullet in you. I'll see you again.
No, he seems okay. Grumpy says that he is 2 hours away from his first dining experience in a year and 2 months. I want to say it's been about that long for us as well. We've done takeout a few different times. No actual deliveries. Done takeout a few different times, and lots and lots and lots of home cooking. That does not look... Hold on. I'm not sure that's a rabbit anymore. Yes, I did skin it, but
Okay, then,
it's
girl.
looking awfully gamey already. Okay, so we collected a debt, and we helped a man, and... I'm inclined... What's this? Well... Oh, I bet... You know what? I bet you that's his, star. Well, let's go look at that while we can. I don't really intend to go fishing with him, but anything that has dialogue or story, I want to make sure that we do. Grumpy says Team Moderna for the win. Simulator says, wait, 8:30, that's a late supper. And Grumpy says actually 8:45. After 9, I'm pumpkin. If I ate at 8:45, I'd be waking up with an upset tummy. Yeah, I also tend to not eat very much leading up to bed, but sometimes it is unavoidable because we'll get caught up in doing something else.
You're good a hunter as my youngest son back home.
This'll do me just fine.
I assume he was talking to his dog there. So, just, and as always, no spoilers. Earlier today, we had a chance to watch the brand new Mortal Kombat movie, and it was pretty good. It was definitely a lot better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Now, neither of us here have seen the Mortal Kombat Legacy live-action series that was making all the rounds a few years ago, so I cannot compare it to that. It was fine. It felt like it set up a whole lot of stuff for a sequel, which is nice. And definitely had a very different flavor and focus than the original, like, 1995 movie. Hold on, I want to see if there's anything here. What is that splashing about? Oh, lots of fish. Wow. Wait, what's... Oh, that was the splash. A buck is there. Okay, well, the buck can be there. Is this gonna have one of those creepy people inside that always want to invite Arthur inside? Hello? Really, I can't afford to pick up any fine brandy? I'm pretty sure we can make some space for that. Yeah, gold pocket watch. Don't mind if I do. Money clip. Watch, this cabin is gonna belong to the two people who I just let their debt go. Oh, I won't take from actual people, but I'll rob from people, from total strangers that I don't know. If they're not standing in front of you, it's a victimless crime. Oh, I should really close all these drawers and stuff. So she really loved it. I thought that the effects work was absolutely fantastic. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Canned fruit, I'm pretty full on. Assorted biscuits. Hold on. Hold on. Ugh. No, Arthur, look at the things. Okay. Assorted biscuits, ground coffee, ground fruit. Wait. Yes. All right, now I'm full on coffee. I can't take that gin, nor do I have any cause to have some gin. So that is very cool when he like shoves the drawer shut with his foot. I like little details like that. It doesn't just reverse the animation. All right, anything else in here? I closed that. Is there anything above the mantle? There is, but I can't take it. And nothing else over here. All right, I feel like that's a pretty thorough sweep of this place that I'm not supposed to be. I thought that a lot of the particle and effects work was extremely well done. It's going to be one of those movies where there was some complaints here on this side, not from me, about digital blood effects. I am incapable of perceiving those. If there's a splash of red, I have absolutely no idea whether it was squib or digitally affected, digitally inserted. So I can't speak to that whatsoever. But I enjoyed the effects work and a lot of the like set design and stuff. I thought that stuff was very neat and well done. Can I take that axe? To have that. Okay, I can't get into this shed on the side here at all. Similar says, I think I've eaten in restaurants twice in my life that required a reservation. Hello to Jägermeister, who says, bread fed in Indemption. Grumpy says, told you the day you make it out here, it's my treat. And Samalander is excited for that. So we just ransacked a random place. I thought that on the whole, the acting was really well done. And the reason I brought up the Mortal Kombat live-action television series is that apparently one of the actors who... What's happening here? What was in that as well?
Can't you see I'm tracking game here?
Okay. Is it Perfect Rabbit game? Or is it, if I stand here for a second, is this guy gonna get eaten by a coyote? Hold on, maybe I should have something a little bit more punch next to it. Or is he just hanging out? If he's just doing his thing, I'm gonna be on my way. So he's focused on an unknown animal. Do I have any reason to believe it's a legendary animal? Hold on a second. Let me get out the bow. And not the rolling block rifle. I don't want the shotgun. How about the bolt action? Where's that? Bolt action rifle. All right. Let's follow this guy out and see what he's about. I will say that if for some reason you were looking for a Mortal Kombat movie that would expand on the lore, or...
These droppings are fresh.
Okay. What are we hunting, sir? Well, while you examine that, I'm gonna go on ahead. I felt like the story could have used more room to breathe. It's interesting to live in a world where we have like 4-hour cuts of Justice League, which again, I thought was actually a pretty enjoyable movie. And to say like, this should be longer, but I want to say that Mortal Kombat weighed in at like a little bit less than 2 hours, and I really would have been perfectly happy if it had added another 20, 30 minutes in the spirit. Okay. In the spirit of having the story expand a little bit. Was this what you were hunting? Because I win. I don't think... I have a giant gator on the back of my horse. I don't think that I can take this bear. Well, let's get as much of it as we can. Yeah, Tashir says an hour 50. Skinless bear. It will definitely please people who felt disappointed by the fact that the original 90s version was PG-13. This is not a PG-13. So this is a poor bear pelt. I kind of feel a little bit more proud about my, what's it called? Oops. What's the name of it? The alligator, hide. Isn't that better than this? Poor bear pelt? Hold on, I'm gonna put this down. I should really give the, so we're gonna get rid of that rabbit. I can hear it, sounds revolting. Just, wait, did I take it off? Not alligator skin. I think I might have just dropped it. Yeah, I think it was already rotten. So, but alligator skin. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, see, this is good. I'm gonna hold on to this. I still need a place to, like, sell it or whatever. Yeah, rotted... hold on a second. How do I... Or is it already on the ground? I think, you know something, I think that the gross rabbit is on the ground.
Yep.
But yeah, what little plot exposition there is. I'll say this. If I did not have at least a passing familiarity with the video game franchise, I would have been totally lost. It would have been like going to go see like, I don't know, an Attack on Titan movie with absolutely no background information on what Attack on Titan is. Oh, wait, what's happening here? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting accosted. Okay, accostement complete. And thank you for the, bear congratulations, including barely a good shot from Jägermeister. It was, I thought I was dead, honestly, when that guy came out. There's a reason I stuck with the gun and not the bow. So one thing that's coming out of this is that I'm gonna have to go see a fence now as well. I've got a good alligator skin that I've been carrying around for in-game time, probably about 4 days. And now I've got a whole bunch of belt buckles, pocket watches, and brandy. I have this. Thank you. So Jägermeister says the DC Universe movie with Dr. Manhattan, I was clueless there. I had no idea about the characters' backstories. Is that... Wait, are we talking about, Watchmen? Or is that... Did Dr. Manhattan make an appearance in some other movie? Because I do know that Watchmen has been integrated into the DC Universe. I don't really know how that happens because, like, the Watchmen sort of exist in their own timeline with their own history, so it seems a little bit odd to me that they would be in with anybody else. But apparently it's a thing. Okay, hold on. I need something else. Where's all my booze? Cigars. Fine brandy. There we go. Get that Deadeye core back up. Ugh. It's not working. I'm still sick. Jägermeister says that movie to him was a huge dud because he didn't know the backstory. As far as I can tell, the backstory, like, I don't know it either. I've never read Watchmen. I have a very, very cursory understanding of what differences there were between the graphic novel Watchmen and the movie. But I think the backstory of the characters is simply communicated in the opening credits, where you see, like, all of these historical events that the Watchmen had some kind of a hand in, like the Vietnam War and so forth. And other than that, they're all very, very loose analogs of other existing superheroes. Like, I thought Dr. Manhattan was like a Superman analog, but I guess he was supposed to be of, like, the Atom, which is not a character that I know particularly well, but it checks out. to me, based on their power set. Yeah, my big takeaway from Watchmen is this is well made, and that's about all I know about it. Like, I don't have any particular affinity for the characters, so my horse is really freaking out. And I don't know what it's afraid of. There is a red dot ahead.
That's my girl. Easy.
It must be like a mountain lion or something. I can't tell from here. Oh, a black bear. No, black bear can go on his way. Oh, hello to Eastbourne. Eastbourne, thank you so much for the follow. Sorry, I'm trying not to... Oh, see, there's a cougar or whatever. Yep, okay, so this is not gonna go my way. Okay, nope, that's bad for the health. Oh, they're so lethal. Yes, I see that I'm dead. So, my goal there was to get my gun out. I just was, like, flubbing on the buttons. Oh, and he ate my hat, too. I'm not sure about going to this cabin or whatever it is anymore. Let me go... Wait, where's my hat? There it is. Like, I really liked the look and the performances in Watchmen. And then in terms of the things that happened, I was like, you know, okay, this seems pretty cool. If there was supposed to be like a big, like, oh gosh moment, you know, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily remember a whole bunch about it. I did talk at one point about, to me, Dr. Manhattan was the most, threatening element of it, because he seemed to be... Hold on, I don't even know. Yeah, that's only a 2-star rabbit. I want a 3-star rabbit. I don't care about that fox. Yeah, I think I met the legendary animal tutorial. I think I just made the acquaintance. Oh my gosh, Scrooge McDuck, thank you so much for the subscription. Or the resubscription in this case. What is happening? Not this guy again! Shit! Oh, fuck. This is not... The sniper rifle is extremely good in highly particular situations, and the things where, you know, guys are moving quickly, not among them. Hold on. No, not that guy. Oh, did he get him? He did. Oh, I lost my gator! Look, I don't have my, Whoa, something happened. Whoa! Hold on. So, Tashir just, cheered 500 bits. Tashir, thank you so much! And that has apparently now kicked off a hype train. Why? What? What? Now, Eastbourne has just, hold on a second. Eastbourne has also, cheered 100 bits. Why... Did I miss a bunch of stuff? This is very exciting, but I thought it took more for a hype train. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. You guys, thank you so much. Hold on, I'm gonna skin this cougar very quickly. That was, yeah, 2 subs and 600 bits so far. No, I mean, it's very much appreciated. I wanted to go back to make sure that I hadn't missed anything, because, like, I've seen people, I've been to other channels where it seems like there's tons of that stuff going on, and the hype train doesn't go for them. And, like, we get hype trains here, and it's like, it's surprising and humbling, and it's so exciting every single time. And I don't understand the credentials that kicks it off.
Yeah.
It's also a setting in your dashboard. Maybe that's it. Oh, I didn't even pick up the cougar corpse. I was so distracted. Hold on, let's have a quick chat with whoever this is. This is not a cabin. I don't know what this is. We rode from all the way across the map to...
This was supposed to be our little adventure.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Salmalander, thank you so much for the 100 bits.
All we need is each other. That's what you said.
Hold on. You guys, there might be a small amount of tonal dissonance between what's happening in chat and what this woman is going through, and I'm so sorry.
You all right there?
Who are you?
Oh, it's okay, ma'am. I don't mean you no harm.
Well, it makes no difference now. If an outlaw or a wild animal doesn't get me, starvation will. We came out here from the city in search of a different life. Something true, something real. All this squandering and indulgence, we wanted to strip it away, to find something authentic. What a pair of fools.
Is there a train station or a town I can take you to?
No, I can't give up now. He wouldn't want that. I can't have it. I'm gonna do this for you, Cal.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
I'm sorry, there's just...
Is there anything left for you to eat?
Nothing. No, we didn't know the first thing about hunting. We couldn't even catch a darn mouse. If you need any poisonous berries, though, I'm a natural at finding those.
Well, you ain't gonna last much longer out here if you don't know how to hunt. Come on. I'll show you.
All right. But you better not try any funny business. You know, I may be weak, but I still know how to stand up for myself.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Come on.
Sorry.
Tell me, you ever skin an animal before?
It's so... It's so perfect that there's a hype train happening in chat, and we come about what is apparently one of the biggest downbeats in the game of this woman sobbing over the grave of a husband who has just been very clearly insinuated that she accidentally killed with poison berries. And there's like Tashir's like, come on, hype train, and this woman's like, oh, I killed my husband, and it was so perfect. You guys, thank you so much for the hype train. That could not have gone better. That was perfect. So we're gonna go help this woman now. If she can actually lead me to poison berries, I am on the hunt for oleander, but oh, that was so funny.
No, but then again, I haven't caught much of anything either.
Well, you'll need to know how to do both if you're gonna survive out here.
I am all too aware. So where should we head for?
Let's try in the trees down there, near the river. What happened to your husband, if you don't mind me asking?
A bear got him.
Pause very quickly. Does the game audio seem very low to anybody else? Because, like, even compared to, like, the bits sound, and it wasn't like this before. And we didn't change anything on our end. If the game audio seems low, please let us know and we'll try to adjust. It's just, it doesn't feel balanced. It's a little low, not much though. Let me, just hold on for just 1 second, because we gotta tab out for very quickly. I'm gonna see if we can notch it up just slightly. All right, we brought it up a very, very small amount because we don't want it to be. But we also checked the volume settings. Fun, just random fact: when we first started playing, there was a bizarre bug in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you had to go into the volume mixer because Red Dead 2 and only Red Dead 2 would be dialed down to like 5% volume. So you had to turn it up there or else it was completely inaudible. That went away with one of the later patches, but we just make sure that everything is okay now.
He survived, but only for a couple of days. I buried him a week ago.
I'm sorry.
This was really his dream more than mine. I'd have hopped the next train back to Chicago if he'd said the word. But now, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I have to do this.
I understand. Yes. There's a good spot.
What are we looking for?
Well,
Oh, there's a pickable
we
thing.
should start with something small, don't you? I kill it, you skin it. Sound fair?
Skin it? But I don't even have a knife with me.
Well, don't worry, you won't need one. Now, take a look around for any movement.
I don't see anything.
There's a rabbit.
Just keep your eyes peeled.
Hold on. Wait. Do I have... So... Neither of these are particularly good for rabbit hunting, but then again...
There. Look. A rabbit. Okay, stay quiet and still. Watch me.
Oh! Oh.
Got it.
Oh. Good shot.
Okay then, go on. Time to get your hands dirty.
How do I mean... What do I do?
It's easier than you
Hold the
think.
legs tight and pull the skin away quickly. Should come right off.
Yeah, you really just yank hard. I would have thought it was more complicated than that. Yeah, there you go.
It worked.
That is all there is to it. You did good.
I think I've seen enough blood for one day. Do you mind if we head back now?
Sure, I'll walk you back.
Also, I'm going to smoke while we go, because, a little meter. Don't worry about it. It's complicated. Where's a nice cigar? No, am I out of cigars? I think I'm out of cigars. Oops.
You did good. That should keep you fed for a few days.
Oh, yes. At least. Thank you so much.
I mean, this really ain't such a bad spot. You got a good water source, some moat, but you can survive here all right.
I have no doubt that one can survive here. Whether Charlotte Balfour can is a different matter entirely. You've probably lived your whole life in the outdoors.
Oh, a lot of it, that's for sure.
I'd barely left the city before coming here. Cal spent his summers growing up at his grandparents' lodge in Maine, but I get the impression they did more punting than hunting.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, crap.
No, we're done for now.
Whoa, stay back. Just to smell the dead rabbit.
I got more meat.
Oh, thank God. You see, if you hadn't been here, I'd be dead now.
You got a rifle?
Yes. Well, my husband's.
I suggest you learn how to use it. Now, come on, let's get you home.
Since we got here, it feels like every step forward has come with 100 steps back. People always talk about the simplicity of country life, but there's nothing simple about any of this.
I guess we only know what we know.
Oh, please. I'm sure it wouldn't take you too long to adjust to a life of privilege and indolence in the big city.
I don't know about that. It sounds awful.
Oh, it is. A truly empty and boring existence. But an undeniably easy one. I still can't believe he's gone.
As Sam Lander says, thank God Arthur had that cigarette, because that was very helpful in downing the wolf before it tore one of the two of us to shreds. And it really was going to be a coin flip between either one. What? So, wait, did they build this? I haven't necessarily caught every single thing that she said, but they built all this? No, there's no way they built all this stuff and then starved to death. Or I guess a bear got them. Got her husband, whatever. Sam Lander is quoting a character from, oh gosh, not Outriders.
Thank you. That was the first time anyone's done anything nice for us. For me, since we got here.
Nature provides, but she sure don't always make it easy.
That she doesn't. I'd invite you in, but I'm dead on my feet, if you'll forgive the pun. Please do call again sometime, though. A good rest, and hopefully I'll be a new woman.
You take care, man.
So I like that interaction. I like getting to know her and being able to interact with her. And we got a wolf out of it. I wouldn't mind getting the other wolf. So, see, this is an example where I know who lives here now, so I'm definitely not going to rob it blind. Try to get a little bit more Deadeye core. Yeah. Oh, man. So, really, we have to rest. I think that I don't think that I can eat, drink, or smoke anything more and get that Deadeye stuff back. Which makes sense, because frankly, I think that at this point, through all of our adventures just today, Arthur's been on his horse for like a day and a half. Something bad just happened. And the other wolf is gone. So, Sam Lander said Futurama, but to shreds you say was one of the catchphrases in... Tashir, you know the game that I'm thinking of. It's the one with, The Outer Worlds. Yes, The Outer Worlds. I always have to stop to remember the difference between The Outer Worlds and The Outer Wilds. In The Outer Worlds, there was a character who, when you went to use her special ability, she, as she unloaded with, at least in our game, a minigun, which is what we gave her, she would like take a swig from her flask and go, "To shreds, you say?" and just completely obliterate whatever was in front of her. And I really like that. I do not remember her name at this moment. So I have lots of things to fence and lots of wolf to skin. Yeah, if I do anything else, is there any place closer? I don't think there is. All right, let's hit the road. Jägermeister says, wait, the wolf is gone. The rabbits must have smelled him. Yeah, that's an unknown fact about rabbits. They can skeletonize a wolf in less than 2 minutes. I also have to say, I felt like the acting in Mortal Kombat varied between passable and present. I felt like we're all familiar with some of the characters that are extremely likely to be in a Mortal Kombat movie, so I don't think there's going to be any real surprises if I acknowledge the fact that series mainstay and primary characters Liu Kang is in there. The guy that they cast for Liu Kang, he's no Robin Chow, and I hope I'm getting the last name on that correctly. He is made entirely of muscle and has a very, very impressive physique that it doesn't necessarily get communicated the first time you see him, but rest assured that when you have sculpted a body like that, at some point the shirt comes off and everyone gets to feel devastated about it. But in terms of acting, either through a combination of a script that didn't really play to his strengths or the fact that he just didn't have it in him, I didn't think that he did as well as some of the other characters in it. He also isn't as front-facing as many of the other characters in it, so that should not be considered to be a major criticism. And also, I don't know that you're really coming to a Mortal Kombat movie to get, like, top-degree acting, but even with a small amount of screen time, there's opportunities for, you know, good actors to do a lot with the role. And I feel like I feel like he compares unfavorably to the last actor that I saw take on that role, who was Robin Chow. I don't want to find Arthur Londonderry right now. I know that it's almost certainly just collecting a debt or whatever, but I don't know what else he's going to have, and I very much want to drop off some of the other things that I've got. As Sashir says, 0 body fat. Yeah, that man is existing entirely on the food that he took in 15 minutes ago, because there's nothing else to burn on him. Samalander says, let's see if I can post a link. Yes, you can. So if that is a link to Futurama. Here's the fun thing. I've seen every episode of Futurama, and that includes like the last season or 3, where they sort of brought it back to Cartoon Network, and I felt like the writing quality had dropped off quite a bit, but there were still characters and situations that I cared a lot about, so I still enjoyed it. And I felt like those later seasons on Cartoon Network did improve as they went rather. You know what's really well done? As I struggle to get out my varmint rifle and take aim at that rabbit who just made a... Nope, that's a 1 star. That's a 2 star. Yep. Yeah, we're looking for perfect rabbits, not half perfect rabbits. So Sam Leonard gave up on the Cartoon Network seasons of Futurama after the first. I'm not going to say, oh, you made a mistake, go back and look at it. I will say that I felt like each season was better than the one that had preceded it, and that's about as much as I can say about it. I really did feel like the Cartoon Network seasons were done, I felt like, on a much, much smaller budget, and where the budget cuts took place was in the writer's room. I don't feel like they had as broad a talent base to draw from, because one thing that I've learned from watching some behind the scenes information about like how The Simpsons and Futurama and other things happen is the writer's room is a very collaborative process, and whoever's name you might see on the episode, the actual product is the result of a lot of collaboration between many different people, and if those people are not present to collaborate with, yeah, it's not going to land in the same way. So, I do not know all of the symbols that are in front of me. Hold on a second. There's a depot that has both a post office and a hotel. I don't think I've ever stayed at a hotel. Yeah, Sam Leonard loves the original 4 seasons, as do I. So, I do not know who buys wolves. I don't think anybody at the post office. I'm going to pay off my bounty. This is the first time I've been close enough to a post office to do that.
Just wait up a second.
Oh, I gotta wait for him to mosey.
Yeah, what do you need? You look like I feel.
And how's that?
Death, or in my case, like dying.
Well, how's that for a welcome?
Looking to pay away those sins? I'm sorry. How can I help you?
Hunters sought? Yeah. What are we hunting? People? If you're proficient with gun or arrow, we seek animals for a wildlife art exhibition. Specimens must be in perfect condition. Low caliber kills only. Ship at our expense to the following: 1 adult rabbit and 1 average squirrel. So we need a rabbit of a certain age and a squirrel of a certain quality. Well, I'll take it. I don't know that I'm going to do this, but... Yeah, small animal carcasses, small game arrows, or the varmint rifle. Well, from what we learned from our, services menu. Yeah, I need a rest. So, mostly I need a rest. Okay, and I'm going to try also getting the bath now. So they're both visible, and I'm supposed to go upstairs. Oh, there's stairs over here. I was about to say, how do I go upstairs in a 1-story structure?
You're touched in the damn head. Harvey saw you.
So, Sam Linder's saying that I might have gotten one of the bodies already.
Damn cockroach.
I will go see if I can mail one. I did not notice that.
After all I've done for you, I'll work for every damn cent of that money. You're a low-down bum, just like your pa.
All right, I have no idea what those assholes are doing. Bath.
I looked out for you, no other bastard would.
Yeah, you look the other way, sir. I paid for this bath. You stay out. So Sam Lander says it said 1 of 2 collected. I will see if I can. I wonder if we have to mail them both at the same time.
Okay in here? Want some help?
No thanks.
Nah, I'm good. Thank you.
If nothing else,
Fine by me. I'll leave you be.
I'd be concerned about, like, I think it was Sam Lander who said that tuberculosis is tough to transmit, but still, you can transmit it. I don't want to give it to anybody else. Eastbourne says that he thinks that I got the rabbit. I did get a rabbit. Like, the rabbit rotted and fell off my horse, so I didn't think it counted. When we go back downstairs, before I go to bed, I will ask at the post office. Yeah, Arthur's real thin.
So dang much in same shape, sir.
No, you know what? Let me get some rest first, and then we will... Wait, that's not mine? Okay. Oh, I picked a good day to sleep in. Look at this. Wait, what did I pay for? Yikes. The ground is more inviting than this. So, I don't think there's anything new in the journal. As we'll see if anybody left behind their, like, I don't know, Gideon Bible or whatever. I think Sashir was voting for the deluxe bath. But, like, I don't know, he's probably feeling real bad. I can't imagine that he's in the mood to... So, let me ask a question. What is the purpose of the weapon locker if you have access to every weapon that you've ever gotten on your horse at all times? Like, just walk downstairs to Redford. So why... Oh, if you don't want to have it on the horse. Okay, this is not him... swapping out on his own body. It's saying, I don't want to have to cycle through this every single time. Well, hell, on that note, I'm never going to use Callaway's revolver, right? Well, maybe I should get rid of some of these. Cattleman's revolver. Well, Cattleman's revolvers... Actually got pretty good stats, as does Granger's revolver and Flacco's. So I'm basically carrying 3 identical weapons. Let's not do that anymore. You know something? I have no interest in doing this. I've been fine. We'll just keep everything on Redford. Sleep. And yeah, so it's apparently very, very early, but let's just relax. Get good 17 hours of sleep. Eastbourne says sell all the duplicates and upgrade the carried ones. So I don't think that you can sell a gun. I could be wrong. Once you have a gun, you can like drop it on the ground and a new one will just materialize. Oh wait, I did get a new journal entry. A new one will just materialize and you get it back again. So I don't think that it's very much of a gun trader as it is a... Hold on, that was the wrong button. Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is where we are, and I can't really read his handwriting. Met a one-legged man, war veteran, interesting fella, said to come by his cabin on the other side of O'Creagh's Run. Maybe I will. Wait, no, that's not... I could have sworn there was something else written there when we first opened it up. But I don't see it anymore. Nope. Alright. Also, like, here's the other piece of good news. I'm not starving for cash. Arthur is the 19th century version of a millionaire. Also, Scrooge McDuck had said the post clerk looks like a ghost. Yeah, when he was sort of like gliding over, I was like, whoa, this I like, it's one of those things where it's like, is this man particularly pale, or is there some weird lighting bug going on? So, also, let's see if we can mail the... Hello, are you on duty? I was going to take a second to come over here. Let's see if we can mail whatever corpse I might have. Pay bounty, receive mail. Oh, is there mail to receive? Yes, there is. Crap. I don't like the mayor very much. Inspect document. Mr. Kilgore, these are trying times at City Hall with the resignation of Mayor Lemieux, but civic business continues. The new mayor has asked that you be formally commended for your recent services to the city of Saint-Denis. Please accept this token of gratitude from the citizenry, along with a personal message from the mayor. Quote, this scandal will pass and we will be stronger than ever. Yours respectfully, the office of the mayor of Saint-Denis. So do you think that he had to step down because I spared that guy's life and he went to the cops about it? Because he went to the cops about me. That's the $20 bounty I just paid off. That does not make me excited to go visit Saint-Denis, though. All right. I'm going to run through the rain, try to get to the fence.
It's good to see you again. Figured you were long done with Van Horn. Feel free to have a poke about. Oh,
So
look at you, been on a bit of a spree, have you?
I don't think there's anything that I can craft.
Ah, nothing. Just thought you looked a bit peakier than when I last saw you. Don't mind me.
Total strangers comment on the fact that Arthur looks like he's got one foot in the grave, but the people that know him best are so wrapped up in their own stuff that they're not paying attention to him.
Sure, let's take a look then.
Okay, so I want to get rid of all my valuables. No, not the pen, but this. But these two I'm holding on to. At one point, I got like a drawing, and then the guy got famous, so it might have gone up in value. Oh, wait, these are cards. Sell. It was a unique item. Wait, why did the pocket watches not show up in valuables? Because I definitely want to sell these.
Just came across this somewhere, huh?
Now, this one I'm not selling. See, it's worth $155. That's Arthur's. He keeps that. He's going to pass that down to, I don't know, Thomas or somebody. What's his name? Jake? I don't know why I have 4 gold teeth. Okay. I bet Arthur remembers getting those. So, I do not... Wait. Yeah, there's a sketch, and I think it... Like, was it always worth $2.20, or did it go up by 20 cents? Alright, we're getting the hell out of here. Yeah, there's games like Borderlands where you're constantly picking up loot and... Or like, I think that Outriders is like this as well. Although, from what I've heard, and somebody else would have to confirm, you're not supposed to sell loot in Borderlands. You're supposed to break it down in order to get, like, the modifiers or the shards. I was listening to a podcast about this, and it's like listening to any podcast about any game that you haven't personally played. I have no idea what they're talking about, but there was somebody who was expressing a great deal of shame over the fact that they had sold so many, like, thousands and thousands of scraps worth of gun in order to get a bunch of currency that wasn't nearly as valuable as the other thing they might have gotten. I'm going to see if these people will...
Don't you push me. You think you're real tough, huh?
I'm not real tough.
Come on then, Yellow Belly. Let's let a draw settle this.
Yellow.
Your funeral, big man. You best hope for a miracle, pal.
Oh, hello to Caroluna. Caroluna, I hope that you had a very, very fun stream of Path of Exile. I got a chance to watch part of it. I would very much like to see more of that because people speak very highly of Path of Exile, and I
can't believe that just happened.
Oh, no.
Never missed once, never.
Wait, it's in poor condition. So, very quickly in chat, Feel free to type your predictions on how many times Arthur's about to die. It might only be once, because I've never before been challenged to a duel, but every single time I've tried to engage in this mechanic, it's taken a minimum of 3 tries. I won!
Okay, then.
I am very happy that we did not use the the prediction feature, because I don't know how that would have gone.
What's it gonna be then?
I would like a lamb's heart, please. Also, make sure you wash this silverware after I use it, because otherwise the clientele might get thinned out a little bit. Okay, now we've got full cores for everything, so I can go do whatever I want, except live another 20 years.
Thanks. Hi, darling. You feel like having some fun?
I don't think that wolf is going to be in any kind of condition.
What's the matter with you? Piece of shit. Come on, girl.
Boy, they hate Arthur around here. Okay, so is that it, do we think? Because I don't know where to find not a poacher, a trader, whatever they're called, trapper. No idea who that is. Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy with the one leg. So I think that I've probably brought this up at some point in history, but you know what else? This wolf is just going to turn into a maggot fest, so we're going to grab the wolf.
Just wait a second, girl.
But yeah, so Caroluna, the Path of Exile, people have spoken highly of it for a very, very long time, and I have been curious about it because, like, graphically, it doesn't look terribly impressive. It doesn't have to if the gameplay elements are there, so I have always been interested to see it, and I would very much like to see some more of your stream when we get an opportunity. I would love to know from folks like Tashir or Patikin, like, not necessarily like on a beat per beat thing, but hopefully they are at least at times seeing things in this game that they did not see in their own playthrough, and that if I, you know, as we watch More Than a Mia, that we'll see things that never came up in this playthrough. Caroluna says there's a reason people speak highly of it. Yeah. Now, so Caroluna, let me ask you a question. This is about Path of Exile for people who missed the intro here. My understanding is that it's like it plays a little bit like Diablo or Diablo 2, like sort of in that vein, but that's only one of the core gameplay loops, with another one being like, aren't you like building up a town or something? Like making like decisions on what gets built and then sourcing the materials? I thought I heard that at some point. Do I care about this? It looks like it's probably been picked over, but I'll take a quick look. Carolina says, a lot like Diablo. No, not that he knows of. So, like, but there's something more to it, isn't there? Like, beyond just the, like, run around and kill things. I thought there was, like, some other element. Is it something that gave it some context in terms of, like... So, a game that I adored, and I've talked about on a few different occasions, was Dark Cloud 2. And one of the things that I enjoyed so much about it is that it would drop you into a randomly or procedurally generated dungeon with some monsters, and you would fight them in this sort of real-time combat. But as you were killing them, you were getting things like paint and planks of wood. What is the matter with you? I see something red. I just don't see what it pertains to. Boy, she's really got her spidey sense up. Okay, so that bear is all the way down by the shore. Please relax. Is there some horse tranquilizer I can give her? It's fine. Like, she won't go, you guys. Carol Luna says that the sale point is the insane skill tree. So that's something that I really enjoyed in Titan Quest. I tend to assume that everybody's played Titan Quest at this point, but if for some reason you haven't, Titan Quest actually has a very, very interesting create your own class by having you combine two separate character classes into like what your final class is going to be. You start off at level 1, choosing one character class, and then as you play, so like around level 6 or level 10 or something, you unlock a second character class. Now, from there, every time that you level up or accomplish certain things, you do still get a skill point, and you can choose to put that into any path on either of the trees. But the two classes that you choose will go on to have a huge impact on how your character plays. And then it is like your character is defined by which two classes that you take. And then in terms of how you actually build that character, that's a whole separate set of decisions. And I think it gives it so much value to experiment and want to replay with. And there's so many classes.
You got any business at the mine?
I'm looking for an Arthur Londonderry. I was told he works here.
Londonderry? Oh, you'll want to speak to the foreman. He's down in the pit.
So Eastbourne says, it's great, but its significance builds slowly, right? Whether it's Titan Quest or Path of Exile, I suspect the answer is yes. That's one of those things that... Actually, I've heard the same thing about Outriders, that you are actually unlikely to understand what makes that game good. Wait, is this lit? Oh, yeah, it is. It's just brighter down here than I thought. I'm going to put that away. I kind of look like a dunce. Like, I've heard from multiple people that when they started... See, now it seems dark again. When they started Outriders, it was like, okay, so this is just sort of like a Destiny clone, but it's all in third person. I got a couple powers here. And it wasn't until they delved into it. One of the podcasts I listened to that covered the game said that Outriders doesn't really get started until you are level 30. And at that point, you're no longer gaining levels, and it's all about, like, working up your gear. They felt like that was when the game really, really came to life. Oh, there is a marker here. I do not know how to get down here except to fall. Can I go around this way? Because Arthur doesn't have a lot of falls left in him, I don't think. Carolina says, you don't build anything so far that I've come, but I'm nowhere near the end. It has similarities. Give me a reminder the next time you're there, and I'll explain what I know or think I know. Yeah, and also what I said about like building stuff. I might be thinking about a different game. There is some sort of Diablo-like out there that does feature some sort of like building up of a village or a town or something, and that it sort of like puts a lot of your questing into perspective. But I don't remember which one it is. All right, are you the guy?
Arthur Londonderry. Is he here?
I'm sorry, feller, but you're too late. Arthur's dead.
The man's dead. What's wrong with you?
Oh, boy. You can't exactly beat it out of him now, can you? You might get something off his widow just across from Butcher's Creek, but I'd hurry. You ain't gonna be the only one a-knocking.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, I ain't the godforsaken moneylender.
So, again, the lighting in this game is just amazing. Now I just have to figure out my way out. Carolina says there's so many Diablo clones out there. Including a coming up Diablo 2 remaster, remake, or resurrected, or whatever they're calling it. I've seen some skepticism out there based on how Warhammer 3 Reforged turned out, but that it's not being handled by the same developer or team or whatever. Oh, that's very bright. Get out of here.
Hey, you're on private property.
But yeah, on the whole, I don't think that I could say to somebody, oh man, you've got to go check out Mortal Kombat, because it's got its ups and downs. That said, if you have access to HBO Max, like if you're already a subscriber to the service that would get it to you, it's definitely worth the 2 hours. I mean, for sure. I feel like as long as you go in with the proper expectations that you are watching a movie about, characters having inventive and well choreographed fights, that part is very, very well done. Also, the effects work. Like I said, like, special effects are good is just sort of like, yeah, aren't they always? But there's having good technical effects and then making efficient use of them to communicate danger or excitement or temperature or menace or whatever else. And
I don't want you to work in that mine no more, okay?
Mortal Kombat succeeds at that.
I'm providing for my family.
Well, you can't provide for us if you ain't got no lungs. And what if it caves in again?
You two all right?
I told you 100
That's quite
times
an
already.
argument.
It'll get better.
Yeah, sure. And
No,
who's gonna...
I'm not putting on a show for the whole town.
Is there a man in this town who ain't a moron?
Oh, you know what? I got critiqued because my gun was in low quality. Hold on a second. Condition. Yeah, look, we're on the last bar. So, I'll tell you what. I'm right next to the gunsmith. Please do not get hit by a train, Redford.
You're in my jurisdiction. I don't
Whoops.
see
new
folks
around
carrying
here.
guns out
Welcome.
like that.
Yep.
Everything is here in the catalog. Just make a selection.
Sorry
and
about
I
that.
can bring it out for you to inspect.
Okay, I don't need to clean this weapon.
Ah, you have kept
Where's the
that
other one?
perfectly maintained. I love to see that.
Oh. Crap. Nope, that's not the one. So... revolvers? See, now I didn't pay attention to which one it was. Well, I already checked that one, so let's check the other two. Nope.
You've
And...
kept that weapon looking as nice as the day you bought it. Well
Son of a...
done. Ah, you have
Okay, so maybe he just can't... Maybe that's why I've never done it. If I pull out my gun right now, is he going to get mad at me? Oh, yeah, he definitely will, because I'm not allowed.
Come back if you need something.
Eastbourne is saying Blizzard is a company, and Caroluna says, oh, okay, so Caroluna, so Diablo 2 Resurrected, I think that is what it's called. So I don't know why I can't show him this gun. I guess it can't be customized, but I can clean it. So let's do that now. ... Aim clean. Get all that grime off, make it perform properly again. All right, good. Back. And how about this other one then? Oops. Oh, so what I was going to say is that my understanding is that they had a public beta. And so if you saw people playing it, that's what you were seeing. That the whole of Act 1 was available, and that the full package is due out fairly soon. I don't know exactly when. Carolina was also saying that I needed to run harder through the doors. Yeah, I think that of all the establishments that you might want to...
You want company, boys?
Okay.
Sure, because I want to be pissing needles tomorrow.
Mrs. Downs,
Go away. Just go away.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but well,
Well, you're sorry. Yeah, I heard you.
but, I mean, well, this country is man unleashed. That's the thing, and it ain't my fault any more than it is anyone
Man
else's.
unleashed? Then unleash goodness. Not just hell's feeble brothers, sir.
But how? I mean, all I know how to do is fight, I guess. I was set free to fight. Where's your son, Mrs. Downs?
Where you think? Down the mine. Until he gets sick. Which won't be long, given how hard they work him. See, foremen don't like him, so he gets the worst of it.
Maybe I could go with
Well, maybe you could just leave us all alone. Maybe. Maybe you could just go fight some other battle.
Okay. This is actually a question for chat. So yeah, so she was just saying, have I figured out who she is? Absolutely no idea. Like, not even a hint. But before we, before I have somebody straight up tell me, let's try to remember who we've encountered in the game. So at the very beginning, we went to the cabin, and we met a woman who her husband had been killed, but that's Sadie Adler. I know exactly who that is. Hello. Have we interacted with any other women? Like, there was that awful woman who was abusing that very large guy, and then the little person. But that's not her. I have no idea. I really don't. So Tashir says that he'd say, but it's a little spoiler, so maybe I should wait. Eastbourne says, I don't have an idea, but she sounds like a past lover that he got a kid with but was separated from. So there is a character like that. Her name is, well, he didn't have a kid with Mary Linton, but he does have a past love that he cares about. Edith Downs. So let me ask you this, Tashir. Has she been in this story, in this game so far? Like, maybe she's related to somebody? So they talked about fighting. He apologized for fighting. He got into a fist fight when they first went to Valentine. Sean got killed at some point, but she doesn't talk. She doesn't have his accent, so I don't think they're related. I have absolutely no idea who she is. Hold on, I probably don't want to walk in this slag.
Get lucky tonight. Go home here with Archie.
Be quiet, please.
Tashir's, so Cara Luna says sleep time. So Tashir says think back to earlier debts collected. There was a debt for a guy who, like, so I think I do know who it is now. There was a debt that we collected very, very early on, who we went to get it, and he said, I'm sick. And then I think that we went back a little bit later, and he had actually died, and there was a woman and what appeared to be an elder son that were packing up a wagon. And yeah, I think that like the first time we met the guy, like Arthur beat him real badly. That must be what he was talking about with the fighting. So that must be her. Okay, Tashir says ding ding. Yeah. That feels like a deep cut. Like, just so that people who are watching the VOD understand, we are recording this in late April 2021. I probably did that quest in like early February. It's been a while.
Oh boy, come on, we're just teased.
Why don't you shut up?
Oh, all right. Who's this, your daddy?
My daddy died. And this man, he killed him. What are you doing here?
Leave the boy alone.
Why'd you kill his daddy? You after his mama?
Stop bullying the boy.
Get out of my business, mister.
Leave the boy alone.
Or what?
Or I'll kill you too.
You couldn't kill no one. Look at you, all ragged and sick and weak. Clear off, you goddamn hermit. Clear off! You and the horse son here. Can't even fight your own battles, Downs?
Oh boy. So I was pressing B to block. That's not how the game works.
I'm gonna scoff you out!
Take your hands off me!
Hit me then! Go on, finish that fool!
Now who's next? Let the boy go. Let him go! Come with me. Shame on you. He's just a goddamn boy! Let's get you out of here.
They're gonna kill me. Now I got no job and they're gonna kill me.
I've got some money. You and your mama can go someplace nice.
Well, why are you doing this?
I don't know. Listen, take this. All of it. Try and talk to your mama and get out of here. Now run.
I'll try.
Good boy. I don't want to see you here again.
Complete within a minute 20. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, and that's not, by the way, a criticism of the game by saying that's a deep cut. I'm saying that, like, without Tashir here to sort of, like, nudge in that direction, I don't think I was gonna pull that out. And indeed, the fact that I remembered it with the clarity that I did about, like, the mother and son packing up the wagon, it's because more than Amiya just did that quest herself, so I got a chance to see it again. Tashir said that it blew his mind when he put it together. I very much like that kind of, like... It's the kind of thing that I would be more likely to put together on a replay, but again, it's my own sort of facial blindness or whatever that I just watched Mia do that same quest and still did not recognize her. Yeah, if not for Tashir, I would be like, oh, this must be somebody that Arthur knows from before. And by the way, let's go look at the next thing that I'm apparently going to go do. My next plan is to go collect more debts from a grieving widow. Now, hopefully in the coming days, we're also going to get a chance to watch Godzilla vs. Kong. That'll be an interesting experience because the most recent Godzilla movie, which was probably just called Godzilla, that was the one with, was it Shane Black directed that one? Now I'm trying to remember. Oh, hold on. Wait, I need to have my varmint rifle out. We're still looking for perfect rabbits. I just saw one. I really like the ones that ride perfectly parallel to my horse. Those are the ones that are really just giving it up. Well, whoever it was that did it. And that one was okay, except for the fact that it didn't resemble very much of what I would have expected a movie called Godzilla to be. Also, it's important to set this, because this is, like, just so you all know about how little you should take my opinion on Godzilla to heart. This is going to make me very, very unpopular. I like the Matthew Broderick one. I think that's a fun movie. I think that it is very stupid in a lot of the best ways, and it's a good time, and I enjoyed watching it in the theater, and I've seen it a couple times since then, including the Riff Tracks version of it, and it's just a fun movie. I don't know. I'm perfectly okay with it. So when I watched the, like, Shane Black one, it was very different, and I watched it with someone who's a real, like, I'm a fake. Oh, hold on. Just as soon as I put the gun away. Urgh, get back here, rabbit. Where'd he go? Oh, look, he's perfect. Shit. Ooh. Hold on. I can't see anything. That counts, right? Shoot him in the butt. Took half a Deadeye counter, but I did technically kill it. Yay! Hold on, skin. The thing is, I actually really want to watch that. The one I'm currently going to call the Shane Black Godzilla movie, I would actually really like to see that again. Because I watched it one time in the theater. I went in with expectations that may not have been, like, good expectations to have for it, and I want to see it again because oh, hold on, I might have freaked her out. Yeah, she's locked down right now, probably all the gunfire. Well, I'm not going to pass up my opportunity to get a perfect rabbit pelt, so she's just going to have to get over it. All right, let me get a little bit of distance, then we'll come back. And then I watched Kong Skull Island, and that movie was pretty good. Like, that's sort of like the highest compliment that I can pay these movies. They're pretty good. You know, it didn't really blow me away. Oh, I'll say this. The most surprising thing about Kong Skull Island is that I didn't find out until long after we had watched it that one of the main characters is played by Tom Hiddleston, who I know as Loki, and apparently am incapable of recognizing outside of that very specific role. I had no idea that that was Tom Hiddleston at any point in the movie, up to and including after it was over. I guess I was not paying attention to the credits or whatever. So this is cool. I can't go see her right now. So what I'll do is something else for a little while. You go to the Trapper? Boy, this feels like a very long way away. That's the thing about Trappers. They don't run corner stores. They're far and few between. We go up here. Let me go hang out with Hamish. I don't really want to go fishing, but we might as well go do something while waiting for her to get used to the sound of gunfire outside of her woodland cabin, where everybody hunts all of the time. And then we did watch, I think it was called like Godzilla King of the Monsters or whatever, which was very much a sequel to the Godzilla movie and not very much to Kong Skull Island. And I mean, like those events get like loosely referenced, but it's very much sort of like a Godzilla movie. And I guess what we can say is that if you felt like the first Godzilla, quote unquote, that we're calling there, was in any way slow pace or lacked a lot of Godzilla or monster fighting action, King of the Monsters really has you covered.
Hurry up. You search that.
Whoa, easy.
Wait, are these those crazy mountain men? Yeah, I don't like these guys.
I got something.
What is it? I knew I should have been searching there.
It's a boot. And if it ain't... Someone's coming.
Yeah. I assume you were up to no good. Oh, I don't like this at all, because the camp that they were ransacking had a little doll in it. And a dead woman. Okay, I feel better about what I'm doing here. So...
Give me a shot, you curve
Of course.
Oh, I apparently rousted the whole clan. Okay, well, I don't have any rifles on me, but... what's good for range? This is... and with the high-velocity bullets. Does anybody else want to fight about this? No? Okay. I'm gonna put regular bullets back in for now. Yeah, my main takeaway from Godzilla, King of the Monsters or whatever was... oh, I guess oh, that wasn't one of the bad guys. That was one of the guys that they killed. Again, I do not know why I lose honor points for looting the corpse that they killed. Because that doesn't really feel like my fault. I didn't mean to do this. And at this point, what else is the... you know... are the contents of that pocket gonna go to? For my money, the best giant monster movie that I've seen by a pretty significant margin is Pacific Rim. I thought that the first Pacific Rim was awesome. I liked the big robots, and I liked the big monsters, and I liked how all of the big monsters were different, and I liked how all the big robots were different. I liked that it had an emotional center to it. I thought that the cast that they got together was very good. I did not happen to think that the sequel to Pacific Rim was as good as the original. Okay, so she's unlocked now. Apparently killing those cave dwellers. And by the way, they actually live in caves, if anybody didn't catch that piece of dialogue. Eastbourne says monster, question mark. Should I say kaiju instead? I feel like people are more comfortable with monster, but I thought Pacific Rim was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that movie. The Pacific Rim Uprising felt unfocused. I don't know why it didn't land quite the same way for me, but it didn't have the same clarity of vision that I felt like the first one had, which was, we want to make a movie about big robots that punch big monsters. How do we make that engaging? How do we sort of like update that old formula from, oh, hold on, it's perfect. I think we got him. Really? Eastbourne did not like the monsters. In Pacific Rim, specifically. We did it! Holy hell. All in one episode, too. Let it forever be known that I did not do this hunting. Oh, we got one of two carcasses now. Geez, maybe I should go turn those in before the bodies rot. So I need a perfect squirrel carcass and then all carcasses mailed. Well, I do not know. Okay, let's see if we can mail one of the carcasses, because I really don't want to have to get two in rapid succession. And then we'll go see what the next hunting technique was. If I didn't finish the thought earlier, every bit of progress on this hunting quest comes courtesy of the viewers of this channel, not of the player of the game. So yeah, I like the big monsters in Pacific Rim because every one was different. Every one of them had like a different I hate to say gimmick because that sounds dismissive, but they had something that made them unique and made them stand out apart from everything that had come up. If it was just fighting multiples of the same monster, then like, okay, well, you already beat this once. How much harder? I guess that now we're up against two or whatever. And that would have felt like a very artificial way to raise the stakes. And I kind of feel like that's the trap that the second movie fell into. When it came to the monster designs in the first one, though, every time one came up, it was like, oh, this one looks and acts different than the last one. So I'm gonna I think the freshest one is on this side. Let me remove carcass. Yeah, so I'm carrying it, so maybe this is exactly what I need to do. The only question is, can I mail them separately or all at once? How are you always at the window I'm not? Seriously? I can't send mail. Wow. Okay. So, I guess I have to get a perfect rabbit and a perfect squirrel. And that's, again, as with so many things in this game, it's not hard. Oops. Yeah, that's... Okay, so now I've compounded one mistake with another. Get down. I'm gonna carry this rabbit until it rots to death, falls off on its own accord. It's a perfect rabbit, damn it. It's gonna stay that way. Alright, so if I see evidence of a squirrel around, I will pull out the bow and like the two small game arrows that I have and we will take our shot. And in fact, let me get that ready right now. So bow and small, 5 arrows. So expect to see a whole lot of... No, see, the Deadeye meter is dead. So what I'll probably have to do is take some chewing tobacco at the time. I also like the fact that the robots in Pacific Rim, I felt like they also had a sense of personality. It felt a little bit like watching people introduce you to their video game characters, or actually, you know what? I think like Outriders is a good point of comparison here, because there's different character classes, but then even within that, there's different builds for each character class in terms of what they do and how the skills that they've chosen dovetail or complement the powers that they've chosen. And that's sort of what it feels like looking at the robots in Pacific Rim, where here's the giant, heavily armored Russian Jaeger, and it's not very fast, but it packs a mean punch and has all of these very high impact, long range weapons because you can't get it along very far. I feel like uh-oh. Hold on a second. Okay, no, I don't have enough Deadeye to do this. Okay, I'm gonna get down before my horse gets killed.
This is perfect good. You go down, y'all. I'ma make my mama proud. You ain't wanted in these mercenaries.
Oh boy.
Mama say shoot him dead.
Thank God for that lamb heart or whatever I had earlier. Just, hold on, just reloading here. Take aim. Oh no, 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 no. God damn it! They ambushed me right outside the dead collection again. And that guy just went up to the Enterprise. He's gone. Yep. Alright, well, I don't get to collect the dead again. Eastbourne says, the robots I did like. They had way more background. I guess that's where my irk lies. That if I'm reading correctly, that you felt like the robots had more personality than the monsters. And I imagine that if you are big into Godzilla, like that's a big thing that people respond to with the Godzilla movies, that they... Ugh, this sounds awful, but it'll fill up my Deadeye a little bit. People tend to have their favorite sort of Godzilla monster, whether it's Ghidorah or Mothra or... Who's the giant turtle guy? Isn't there like a giant spiked turtle? I have a friend who's really big into... There's like some sort of pollution monster. Like a big bag of garbage monster. Oh gosh, he talks about him all the time and now I can't remember his name. This is in the Godzilla universe. So, like, if you're looking for monsters that have that degree of backstory and sort of fleshing out, we're like, those guys, here's the thing. Those guys, as I understand it, have all had their, like, entire movies that are dedicated to them and what their whole deal is. Whereas in Pacific Rim, it really was, I think, more about the people and the situation that they were in. So the fact that they bothered to give the monsters any sort of unique characteristics at all, that's what I enjoyed about it, because it was just more in-depth development than I was expecting. And my understanding about Pacific Rim is that the movie was actually made by having, like, members of the production team submit... They basically pitched monster designs to one another and then would all vote on them. And the ones that won would then go an additional stage forward towards like concept art and so forth. So there's a whole like American Idol style whittling down of what monsters would appear in the film by sort of cultivating the very best ideas that they had. Well, Edith is back, so I might as well go see what she's up to. Tashir is taking off. Tashir, have a great evening, and we will see you again tomorrow for some more Division Force. We were there throughout the entire stream, but I had to break off near the end because that was around the time that Mortal Kombat was starting up. Oh gosh, what was the other thing? I want to like read what else was said in chat, but there was something... No, that was in Samalander's stream. There was something in Tashir's stream. I know that everybody was asking him about Mortal Kombat and he had not seen it at the time, so I'm glad to know that he enjoyed it a whole bunch. Mio's asking, Squirtle? Yes, I think that that was the Godzilla monster. They hit Squirtle with a growth ray. Oh, that would be such a twist. All Godzilla movies are secretly the backdoor, the backstory for the Pokemon universe. That Godzilla and friends actually did destroy all of human civilization and then had thousands of offspring that grew up to be Pokemon. What's happening here?
Let you go. Let him go. Now where'd be the fun in that?
All right, not enjoying this.
What are you looking at?
I don't know why I couldn't aim at their head. Okay. How are you still walking? Wow. Okay, bullets are useless against this guy.
Wasting my time.
Hey. Cut me loose.
I am trying. Can I greet?
I thought I'd die with these animals. You're my savior, sir.
I see you later. I feel very uncomfortable with the amount of Deadeye that Arthur has, but there just doesn't seem to be a lot of ways to keep it up when he is as sick as he is. Some candies. What? Okay, so what is the number one thing that can fill up his meter in one go? This, whatever this is. Although, see, this is going to fill up all of his cores, and that feels like a little bit of overkill. How about plain plump bird? There we go. Now, I won't be able to eat for a while to get that back, but at least it's up now where it feels good. Me saying, oh, but one punch was enough to take him down. I like to think that the punch rattled the bullets a little bit closer to his vital organs, and then he went down.
Yeah.
Wait, squirrel. Pull out your bow. Okay, but pull out your bow. Okay, that's a perfect squirrel. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. Stupid small game arrows. They never kill anything on the first go.
Hey, easy.
They're really more like a light suggestion about being dead. And now it's a terrible quality squirrel. Okay. Wait, pick and examine. Is it oleander? I could really use some of that. Burdock root. Root can be consumed or crafted into bitters. Okay. Well, I need a couple more, at least one more, it looks like, to learn all about it. If there's any more here. Oh, no, that's the squirrel I killed. And this is all stuff that I can pick. Okay. And here's the fun thing. In terms of... Yeah, I've got 3 small game arrows left. Wild mint. Yes! This is awesome. Wild mint is used to make minty beef, which doesn't sound good to me, but it's very, very good for Arthur. It clears out his sinuses and lungs from all of the tuberculosis. Any more? I feel like most plant patches have 2 or 3. That's a rabbit. So actually, before we go, so we're looking for a couple perfect animals to send in the mail to somebody, whatever that is. But now we should have a new hunting challenge because we found the rabbits. So track 10 different animal species using your binoculars. That immediately sounds like another thing that I'm going to have to turn to chat for help on doing, because I have binoculars, I know how to pull them out. What I don't know is how or why I would use binoculars. My first thought, and this is me thinking out loud for the very first time about this idea, is that you'd want to get up like someplace high, overlooking something where the map tells you this is a hunting ground, and then go into the binoculars and use the eagle vision to see if you can see any tracks. That's the best idea that I have in how that works. Mio, unless I miss my guess, is referencing a very, very famous Looney Tunes episode, which I remember vividly, which is where they did an entire Looney Tunes episode set to like opera music. And he has modified the lyrics to track the wabbit, track the wabbit. I remember that episode, and I've seen it referenced elsewhere. It must be like really, really well known. Do I want to go in here for any reason? I don't think so. Yep, got it. Mio confirms that is exactly the one. Isn't that the one? Am I misremembering? Like, spoiler alert for a Looney Tunes episode that has got to be 70 years old at this point. But doesn't Elmer Fudd successfully kill Bugs Bunny, and then he like feels full of remorse, and there's a whole like dirge that he sings about how sad he is and how he didn't, now he feels awful about it. I think that's the part of that I remember, that he was as successful as anybody ever is. Like, it was just Bugs like faking his own death because cartoon.
Mr. Morgan.
You still here, kid?
Yes. Mama can't leave. Won't leave. I don't know. I said I had the money. She said your money weren't moral. She said it'd be better to die than to take it.
Maybe she's right. I don't know. I don't know anything about morals.
She's still heading out. Working, you know?
I'm sorry, son. Sorry about all of this.
She ain't been back for a few hours. She left with some fella down the railway tracks. I did not like the look of him.
Which way, you say?
That way. Around the woods, towards, Willard's Rest.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, so Mio is confirming that Elmer Fudd believes that he's killed Bugs Bunny, and until Bugs lets him know that he was faking his own death. I feel rather fortunate that I've never had that experience where like I've hurt an animal because I was playing around. But I've read and heard stories about people who did that when they were young. Like, they were playing and they like threw a rock or actually successfully like knocked a squirrel out of a tree or something like that. And I'm just very, very glad that of all the dumb crap that I've done in my life, I've never been responsible for injuring an animal, because I would not feel very good about it. The difference for Elmer Fudd is that he's actually setting out to do it. Like, he wants to hunt and kill the rabbit, and it's only after he believes himself to be successful that he feels bad about it. Oh, I did not expect her to make that jump. Mio says that Arthur doesn't look as sickly. I think it was just the lighting, because I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking like, oh, he doesn't look quite as bad right now, but I have to assume that it was just the lighting. Oh, yeah. Focus on track, the unknown animal. Now, if we look at the bar down at the bottom right, I believe that will fade much more quickly if we are the faster that we go. That's one thing that I have picked up about how the system works. But that's okay, because when it does run down, we'll we'll just focus. Not rabbit track. Hold on. Arthur, you are... Rabbit track. Track. In the South, if you knock the squirrel out of the tree with a rock, that's called dinner. Well, if you did it with intent and wanted to eat the squirrel, I'm not going to look down my nose on that. It's specifically the prospect of somebody like, I was playing with a slingshot and I, hit and killed the bird or whatever. Okay, so we're going to be discreet and listen.
Nice? Sure. Feller could do what he likes out here.
Could he?
I guess.
That's enough now, partner. You're starting to scare me, let alone the poor woman. Clear off.
Who are you?
Someone who don't want to hear no more of your nasty mouth. Push me. I'll put a bullet in you.
I presume Archie sent you?
I said clear off before I deal with you.
I'll see you again, dearie.
Listen to me. Excuse me.
You sound like my husband.
I know. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what happened. I was a fool. And I'm suffering for my foolishness, but don't go and get yourself killed because of your pride. You have a son, Mrs. Downs.
I'm just so ashamed.
Eastbourne is also taking off, and let me see if I can pause it real quick, just so I don't want it to advance. Eastbourne is also taking off. Eastbourne, it is 3 a.m. where you are. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great evening, and thank you very much for the follow earlier as well. Oh, and I think that you may have also donated bits. I'll have to check back to see everybody who participated. Yes, he did. Yes, Eastbourne, thank you so much for the cheer. That was awesome, unexpected, and it was good to see you, and I hope you have a great evening. Hold on, between ask and demand, what more could Arthur demand from her at this point? Yes, I have a strong opinion on what needs to happen. I cannot demand it.
Ashamed? Of what? You loved him? You did everything for him. Let's get you home.
All right. Let's go.
So, I think the next opportunity that I have, I'm going to take this bandolier off of Arthur. It does give him some extra ammo capacity, but it looks so uncomfortable. Sometimes parts of him will, clip through it. It looks like something that might have been added comparatively late in development, and it's not entirely, It just sort of is. I find it distracting more than I want the gameplay benefit that it brings.
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
Stop saying sorry. Sorry won't bring Thomas back.
I know.
So you're sick now too? And you think that affords you the opportunity for penance for cutting his time short?
No, I ain't looking for that.
Okay then. So just forget about me and the guilt you're carrying, because no good can come of that for either of us. And all you can do now is decide the man you want to be for the time you have left. Help someone who can still be helped. Or help yourself.
I suppose you're right.
Oh, hang yourself for all I care.
You're right to dislike me. I ain't looking for that to change.
I really should have just followed the path, because of all the points in the story for Arthur to encourage his horse to jump over a gravestone and kick it to smithereens on the way past. When he's having a conversation with this woman about not seeking penance for the things that he's done because he's not even convinced himself that he's worthy of it. Immediately defacing a grave on the way through.
Archie should be waiting for us just up ahead.
Good morning to you.
Mama! Mama!
Oh, you're a silly boy. Oh, Archie. Oh, we do.
Get out of here. Go live someplace else. Start over. Here, take this. I don't need it no more.
I don't want your money.
Yeah, I know you don't want it.
I don't.
You sure as shit need it. Take it.
No.
I ain't looking for forgiveness. It ain't about that. Don't forgive me. Just take the money and get out of here, please. I know I ruined your life. I suffer for it every day. But don't let yourself get killed for pride. I seen it kill too many folk. Don't say anything. Don't thank me. Just take the money and pack your bags. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
I said don't thank me. Get out of here. Please.
Find it, yeah, a minute 10. So as long as you know where to go, you're good. So now there is one issue. I actually don't know where in the interface to go to customize something like a gun bandolier. So, ooh, this isn't even the right structure. I would expect that you could select it, or like that I purchased it at a gunsmith, right? So maybe we can come in here and take it off.
Back, sir. I hear there was a big shootout with the Murphy gang in the caves at Beaver Hollow.
Interesting. I haven't heard anything about that.
Available.
Unless it was a good thing, in which case I did it. So, like, yeah, I don't see a capacity to physically take it off. I'll buy that gun oil, though.
Now this should be fun.
Boy, Arthur's really jazzed to get that one container of gun oil. I imagine that he can change his outfit in camp. He's got like a chest that he could do it. Maybe at some place that he stays for the night.
Okay, girl.
All right, let's take a quick look. So we've interacted. Oh, do we think that we can go to Mrs. Londonderry? I would love to get all of the loan collections done during this episode. Now, if there's anybody left in chat who did happen to see the live-action Mortal Kombat series that was, I think it got 2 seasons. I want to say that Jerry Ryan was in it. It was called Mortal Kombat Legacy. What's sort of like the history on that? Like, how do people look back on that? Did they enjoy it? Is it still worth looking up? Is it sort of like, oh, well, that was good at the time, but, you know, past its prime now? I will probably check it out at some point regardless, but I'm just curious if people have any kind of memories about what it was like. Seemed to me like it had a pretty good cast from what I've heard. Okay, no ambushes this time. No ambushes, and I'm not going to do any hunting. So hopefully we can have a conversation with her. Now, no, whatever you're screaming about.
Let me go, you shit-spit son of a bitch! You brought this on yourself, so shut it. I've been tied up by a cocksucker.
All right.
Wanna pack all your stuff, Angel? I don't wanna go. It'll be an adventure.
Mrs. Londonderry,
Arthur's dead.
I know. I'm sorry for it. It's just... we lent Arthur some money, you see, and...
So it was you. You son of a bitch. What do you want now? You want my boy's shoes? You want the food out of our bellies, what little there is? You want me to lie down for you?
No, no.
Arthur gave everything to pay your bills. Everything. And now there's some fellas coming to take the house. There ain't nothing left, mister.
I just wanted to say the debt's canceled and to... Here, take this. It won't bring your husband back, I know. You need money and I don't.
Well, you're a good man. I just wish you'd done it before he worked himself into the grave. But you know, maybe you and your friend that lent him the money could do things differently. Like, not threaten a man. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I really am.
I believe in confronting Leopold Strauss. Here's the thing about Strauss. Strauss lends the money, and then he dispatches others to go collect the debt, which means that he is at all times insulated from the human cost of what it is that he does. Oh, I've got to feed this horse. He basically has other people that do all the dirty work for him, and that's why he gets to... I'm not even sure that he would call it, like, living with a clean conscience or whatever else. It's just, he never has to look someone in the eye when he goes to collect the debt that they were so desperate for.
Here, girl.
Perfect. Okay, and... ... So we're gonna go back to Leopold Strauss. Let's see if we can take off the bandolier there. See, the bandolier during gameplay looks fine. It's specifically in the cutscenes. It always looks like it's riding a little bit high. It's kind of like chafing against his neck. Yes, I see the squirrels. I see the rabbits. See that squirrel too. Ugh. We will look further into that quest a little bit on. Let me see if I can get that Deadeye meter up at all. I really should have bought some cigars in town. Cigars are really, really good for Arthur's Deadeye. They're terrible, I'm sure, for his condition, but to get that Deadeye meter up, there's nothing quite like them. So as we're riding along, Drienne Levode has also been doing some streams, including today it was, I believe, Conan Exiles, and yesterday was doing... Oh gosh, why do I always forget the names of games? It'll come to me in just a moment, but Drienne is a very good friend of the stream, and we had... Crap. Why can't I... So I can't bring up the weapon wheel.
Me and my brothers might be able to help you.
I got the horse.
This is Murphy Hills, mister. Folks get lost up in these parts, they don't come back. You get my meaning?
I'm figuring it out, yeah.
Real subtle. I think I'll read you.
Let go of the horse. Let go! This boy's gonna be on his way, and he ain't coming back.
but we were having such a good time.
Get the hell out, Nick! Got it started. Get out!
Crap. Oh, boy! None of that is the...
Hey, I'm lifting the right for home. Tiny peck.
So when I was like just hopping, which now oh, there we go. That was me attempting to do melee combat, because in every other game that I play, Horizon Zero Dawn, Drian, yes, that was it. In every other game that I play, ever in the history of the world, X is an attack button, and in this game, B is the attack button. It's also the reload button, which is not an attack button. But we got it done. Lost my hat. I'll get that back. So, yes, Drian actually did, and I will not in any way spoil what it was, but Drian also did what I consider to be one of the more challenging, encountered one of the more challenging enemy types in the game, and I will share that when because we have the full series of Horizon Zero Dawn up on the channel. Was that pre-collection? Do we have that one up in a collection? No. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think Horizon Zero Dawn is up in a collection. We do have every video on the channel. Whoops, that's not a hat. Get out of here. All right, hat, please. But the particular fight that Drian did yesterday, they did a much, much, much better job of it, I think, than I did, which was, I mean, I think that fight was the one that I fought for so long that I drained all of the ammunition for all of the weapons and all of the health items, and the sun had actually gone down and risen again. And I was still fighting the monster. I'm pretty sure that was the one where I actually had to leave and go resupply in town and then come back and continue the fight. Now, in fairness, I didn't die. Like, it was one fight. It was just cut up into chapters because I just could not figure out that enemy's weak spot. And everything I tried just seemed to bounce right off of it. So anyway, if you are interested in the ongoing adventures of Horizon Zero Dawn and or games like Raft, and Drian just finished, I think, that their full revisit playthrough of the Walking Dead franchise. You can check out all of that over at Drian Lavode. That's DRIEN_LAVODE. Tashir Games has taken off, but he will be back on his own channel tomorrow for the ongoing adventures of Division Force. Whether or not you feel like you are excited by the prospect of Division 2, check out the stream, because as Tashir himself says, Division Force is not really about the game, and hasn't been for a long time now. It's an opportunity to hang out with people, talk movies, talk music, talk sometimes some like current events, and when I say that, I usually mean like what happened at WrestleMania, or hold on, let me just say hello. I cannot say hello. Okay. WrestleMania, or like a movie that came out, and it's always done with full respect to avoid spoilers about anything. It's just a great community and a great place to hang out. Tomorrow at noon, twitch.tv/morethanamia will be continuing her adventures in this very game, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, so Drian said that my description made them feel pretty good about it. I hope so. Yeah, that was a long fight for me. So I'm gonna stop by the tent, and then we're gonna go. I'm gonna just see if I can take off this bandolier. Bandolier seems good when you want to be combat ready, but I've never once come close to running out of the mainline ammunition, so having 50% more stuff. Oh, I'm gonna shave as well. Let's do this. Let's get a little trim. take that back to... Oh, that's a lot of blood in his face. Okay. And is it time... Oh, this is only facial hair. He can't cut his own hair. He can pomade it. I didn't actually intend to do that, but so's... Okay, so I think that this... Change clothing. So, specifically... Weapon equipment. I bet this is it. Bandoliers. Okay, so we got the upgraded bandolier. And again, look how high, like up to his neck it rides. And that's all the same. Yeah, I'm just going to go with no bandolier for a while. I can always put it back on if I want to later. How about gun belts? Yep, upgraded gun belt. Looks good. Primary holsters, upgraded holster, offhand holster. Oh, master offhanded holster. I don't remember picking that up. It does look a little Monster Hunter-y, doesn't it? This aesthetically, I might swap it back here. I'm going to swap it back. It's a little bit more in-universe this way. Now, Mia completely customized the, you know, Arthur's everything, which, I guess I'm just real basic about it. I tend to you know, go for whatever the default outfit is on people. I played Dead Rising the same way. You know, every time you watch somebody play Dead Rising, they have a completely different outfit on their character? Not here. I played with Crank's default character outfit the entire way through. All right, Strauss, we gotta have a chat.
Hey. Ah, how did you get on, Mr. Morgan?
Just dandy. Just... Get up.
What?
Get up!
What is wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing at all.
What are you doing?
Something I should have done a long time ago. Get your bag. Is this it?
I don't understand.
I ain't gonna kill you, though I probably should. You disgust me. And you shame us. If we could be shamed any more than we already are, that should do. Go!
I don't understand you. What are you doing?
Go and get a job!
You know, they say the sick delude themselves. I was your friend.
You and me, we ain't decent. But those folk, they was. Now here, take that. Take that and get lost.
I'm
leaving.
All right, so Arthur and friends, I feel like I ended that quest with a very similar amount of money to where I started. It's still $2,000. Oh, I didn't look at this. I don't think there's anything to look at, though. So, that clarified two things for me. Number one, the people here do know that Arthur is not well. B, and we're gonna go find out what this is, Arthur has a lot of authority in the camp to simply throw Strauss out on his own say-so.
I have no idea. Who are you?
Who are you? To question me, I mean.
I have always been loyal, Dutch. And I shall go on being loyal, but what are we doing here? We need to move and keep moving.
We need money! You dumb fool! Money! Or we are dead! We are all dead!
Okay.
I am doing the best I can. Fool!
They must have hours of this kind of dialogue, just things that happen organically around camp in the event that you happen to be there and looking at them. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure that it actually triggers when you're there, but still, there's so much of that stuff that I just sort of like would overhear it in the background as we'd go, and now it really does feel like it's reflecting main story beats. So, speaking of main story beats, yep, we've got a couple things. We can go up here to... Who's Charlotte? Do I know a Charlotte? Is that the woman that we just visited? I don't feel like it. Or Hamish. Well, what time of day is it? 11:28. Yeah, we got basically half a day. Let's go right up to Charlotte.
Let's go, girl.
Take a look here. Set a course up to whatever this is about. And let's see, so at twitch.tv/Patikin, he has recently been playing some more Fall Guys, but that's because he completed a project to play through the entire Broken Sword franchise. That's either 4 or I want to say 5 games. I think it's 5 games in the point-and-click adventure genre. And that took place after his playing through, I think, the 2 most recent Leisure Suit Larry games. So, Patikin's really been on an adventure game kick, and those are a lot of fun to watch because they mix up a lot of puzzle solving along with a lot of good story beats, and especially in like Leisure Suit Larry, there's a lot of humor in there as well. So, those were a lot of fun to check in on and watch. I was actually just thinking recently that Pushing Up Roses did a video about an adventure game called Unavowed that has some story branches to it depending on which characters you elect to bring into your, with you on your investigations. And it's one of my favorite Pushing Up Roses videos, and I would very much like to play that through. So maybe we'll do that at some point this year. I feel hesitation about games that have potentially progression blocking puzzles. When there's a puzzle in a Zelda game, I feel like I'm probably going to work that out. God of War, I'm good. I'm going to be able to do it. Do we think that I can kill one of these squirrels? Or more specifically, do we think that the squirrels are... Study squirrel. And that's only a two-tier squirrel. What I was going to say is puzzles in Darksiders, puzzles in Zelda, puzzles in God of War. They're basically just progression speed bumps to break up the focus on combat. I would say that puzzles are a little bit more the focus in a Zelda game, and that it's the combat that's breaking up the puzzle. But still, I feel well enough versed in those games and their sort of creative decisions that for the most part I feel like I'm going to be able to make steady progress with them and feel very comfortable streaming those. However, point-and-click adventure games famously have exceedingly challenging puzzles that are almost pride themselves on how difficult they are to make sense out of and how they rely on moon logic. The really good games don't have so much of that, but let's take an adventure, like an example of a game that I adored, and it's one that, oh gosh, Centrifugal Force introduced us to, I think his name was I'm Iron Wolf, and he was playing through the original Longest Journey. I loved The Longest Journey. I have so many good things to say about that, and I think said many of them in the episode 0 that we did for Dreamfall Chapters. Oh, hold on. Yeah, and anytime somebody's yelling, it's a reason to get out the carbine. Or in this case, maybe the shotgun. Bolt-action rifle. Don't hurry up. Shit, dude, are you okay?
Ayúdeme. Me duele. Me desangró.
I got some medicine.
Medicina. ¿Ya para qué?
Okay, thanks for slapping that away. I would have put it back in my pocket, actually.
No puedo.
Well, I believe if I loot that guy, I get negative honor points, and I don't actually need, like, whatever pennies on the dollar I'd get from him, but might as well grab this pelt, right? What I was about to say is that I have pretty much nothing but positive things to say about The Longest Journey, but when I was playing it, I've talked many times about there being a couple puzzles that I did have to look up. I absolutely positively could not do that. What I haven't talked so much about is that there were times in playing that game that I would be stuck on a puzzle for like an hour, a couple hours, and I would go around and I would talk to who I could talk to and click on what I could click on and examine in the inventory what I could examine, and would eventually work itself out. It's only a poor wolf pelt, incidentally. I shot him twice in the butt, so he didn't come off very cleanly. And to stream something like that, I'm not saying that it can't or shouldn't be done, but I do prefer games where we can make steady progress.
Come on, girl. Yeah.
I've frequently mentioned, because it is such a stark memory for me, it's really coming down out here, that there was one episode of Divinity Original Sin 2 in which absolutely no progress was made. And I want to say that I streamed for like 2 hours, maybe more than that, and nothing was done at the end of that. The save that I ended on was the exact same save that I had started on because I was stuck on a particularly challenging battle. I'll also say of Divinity Original Sin 2, if I had that game specifically to do again, I probably would have done it a difficulty level lower. What lured me in was similar to Alien Isolation, where it really felt like the game was saying, hey, here on like classic mode, I think it was called. Classic is the default experience. This is what we intended people to play on. That's very similar to how in Alien Isolation they were like, well, you should play on hard. This is the intended experience. Okay, so what's going to happen next is this is going to be a good opportunity to save it right about here. I hope. Is it under story? You would think that after 26 episodes, I would remember how to save the darn game. Oh my gosh, hello to Ricardinho, who just raided over. Ricardinho, I'm so sorry. I was just wrapping up. But on that note, Ricardinho said something very, very kind, not just about us, but about several other members of the community. If you are not following, Ricardinho, what's your Twitter handle? Is it Ricardinho Just Vibing? I think it's actually like Ricardinho JV or something. I could be wrong. But while Ricardinho answers that question, Adrian just did a shout out. My PayPal is messing up my shit, and now my sub here is canceled. I'm fucking pissed. Ricardinho, just for the record, don't be pissed on our account. It's perfectly fine. The fact that anybody subs at all is always such a great honor. If you're able to resubscribe in the future, that will also be a great honor. Do not worry about it. Do not stress about it. You are welcome here anytime at all. And on that note, Ricardinho had put up a very, very kind tweet that included this channel, but also referenced several others here on Twitch, where it sort of the broad gist of it was he was explaining to was it his work boss that he really enjoyed hanging out with people online. And his boss was like, why? Like, why don't you just go hang out with other people? And Ricardinho showed a screenshot of in somebody's chat. It wasn't ours, but it would have been because we were typing in it. I was typing in it, but somebody else had. It doesn't matter. Ricardo was turning in, and we, More Than a Mia, Moo, Centrifugal Force, and I think maybe one other person had all said like, "Hey, good night, Ricardo," and it's because like you come to know people, and when they're turning in for the night, and especially if they've got work the next day or they got something else on their mind, you get a chance to like express that. And that's very much the vibe that we want to promote here. And the fact that that means to Ricardo that he enjoys hanging out with us and with others, like that means a lot. That really does. So that was very cool. And thank you very much for that tweet. It actually was our stream. Wow. I don't know if my producer wrote because we were in there as well. Maybe I wrote something at the very end. All I know is that we're included in the tweet. So I was very glad for that. So that was very kind, and thank you so much. And thank you so much for the raid. On our way out, as we sort of wrap up, Sam Melander did a stream earlier today of Farming Simulator 19, but like, again, very much like Division Force, if the prospect of watching somebody farm doesn't sound like it suits your fancy, first of all, check it out nonetheless. But B, the actual stream, like the game was sort of a backdrop to Sam Melander talking about the Battletech stream, Battletech campaign that he's running. And this is a pen and paper role-playing game that he's been playing with friends. And it was just so interesting listening to him talk about how, like, in an upcoming story beat, a mission encounter, there's going to be conversation about radar, and he wants to understand more about how real-world radar operates, because when it's presented in the game, he wants to make sure that it bears enough resemblance to reality that it doesn't completely break somebody's suspension of disbelief. Pardon me. And I wrote, well, I would hope that they would suspend some disbelief in the name of having a good story. It says, oh, yeah. It's just anytime that we can make the game events be recognizable from a real world perspective, that's important. And I thought it was very interesting, a very interesting aspect of the conversation. Ricardo says maybe it was a pre-recorded episode with Mia. That could also have been it. And I absolutely want to resubscribe as soon as my PayPal is of the opinion that I have money. Just understand at all times it's... let me circle back to this. But hello to Ronan as well. One thing that I wanted to cover, and as we sort of draw to the end of an episode, sometimes people file out. If you are still here, if you have been lurking, if you watch this in a VOD later on, or otherwise don't necessarily vocally participate in chat, but you enjoy the themes and the vibe of the channel, and you hang out, or you've raided over or been a follower, whatever it is, your participation is very, very much appreciated. And we don't shout out some of the lurkers as well. Believe me, we look back through sort of the viewer logs, because if you're registered on Twitch, you've got a username, and we see some of the same names pop up, names that are very, very plainly not bots. They're here because they like it. And even if they're not participating in chat, that means a lot. It really does. So to Ricardo, who's like, having some trouble getting resubscribed, for real, do not give it a second thought. It's awesome when people subscribe, and it means so much. And we just got a follow from Quicksilver 1234. Quicksilver, thank you so much for the follow. But nobody should ever feel that they are beholden to subscribe or feel self-conscious if they choose to cancel for any reason at all. Indeed, when we get up towards November, we'll actually recommend to people that they consider unsubscribing if they can instead get ready to donate to the Extra Life Children's Charity Marathon that happens every November. That's several months away at this point, but expect to hear some talk about that, because if we can encourage people to save, even like if you save $2 a month between now and November, that's a meaningful donation to that charity. It's such a big deal. The Extra Life Marathon, there's nothing better that happens all year long in the world of gaming. So And yeah, Quicksilver says, hey, right back to you. And hey to anybody else who stops by, who lurks, who hangs out. You don't have to chat to be an appreciated member of the community. So I think that is the best note to go out on. On the way out, though, please do check out people like Samalanda, Cara Luna, Drienne Levode, Tashir Games, Diesel Jones. See, now I'm forgetting like whether or not Mio streams on his Borlak streams. I know Borlak streams. Go check out Borlak, BORLACH_. We recently made his acquaintance by way of Tashir Games' stream, and he's so much fun to watch. He's very, very cool. Drienne is doing some checks. Yes, Patikin as well. We talked about him briefly. I am reaching that point in the stream and the evening where all the proper names fall completely out of my head. So I have trouble remembering. Ronan says, I'm always lurking. I chat while gaming normally. Yes, and that's what I wanted to shout out, because we also tend to open up streams and we will sort of check in on different streams as they go, because there's simply too much talent on Twitch to watch everybody through to completion. Oh, see, I never really got a chance to talk about Centrifugal Forces stream that she did earlier. Was it today or was it yesterday at this point, of City Skylines, because she was basically designing a volcano, and just A, the fact that that's something that you can do in that game, and B, that she's so comfortable with the game that she wants to add sort of this landmark geographical feature, but it was something that she wanted to yeah, I think it's Centrifugal_Force. I think that's it. Drienne. I'm not 100% sure, but recently been playing City Skylines. Yes, that's got it exactly. Thank you very much for the shout out. Ronan says City Skylines is so fun. Yes, it is very fun. And I say it that way because I'm very bad at that game, but it is a very, very good time. And like, just in the stream that she did, Force was talking about how they had a natural disasters pack, and she had thought that maybe that was leaving space open for an unnatural or a man-made disasters pack. Things that might include some of the more off-kilter options that you might find in a SimCity, like a giant monster attack or aliens coming down or something like that. But the Natural Disasters Pack famously was the least well-performing one. This is what I've heard from the company for a long time now. That was, of all the expansions they've done for City Skylines, the thing that everybody said they wanted. We want disasters. We want fires and earthquakes and sinkholes and all this floods and all this other stuff. And then, so the developer did it, and that was the expansion pack that performed the least well for them. So they're unlikely to return to that motif in the future. I think maybe they will fold in some of that stuff with some of their other expansions, sort of like additional bonus content, but they've never made any indication that they intend to. But it's just sort of like a cool conversation, and that's neat. So anyway, that is enough jabber from me here as the outro. Thank you so much for tuning into episode 26 of Red Dead Redemption 2, I almost said City Skylines there, and we will see you again as early as tomorrow evening, but that at this time is a very, very big question mark. I think Monday is marginally more likely, and then on Tuesday for certain we will be rejoining More Than a Mia for what I expect to be the thrilling finale of our co-op Little Hope playthrough. That has been a very interesting game to stream. First, because of the quality of the game, and then second, in the second episode, due to the lack of quality of the stream itself. And I will repeat here on our way out, thank you again to Drienne Levode and the people that tuned into our channel who helped to reveal that when we first started episode 2, it was very unsteady. I don't know why. We didn't change anything at all. After a restart, it was mostly better, but even then, not 100%. So we might try to modify the stream settings to something a little bit more modest. We might even drop the resolution or something. I'm not sure, but that was concerning that we came that close to losing an episode. So that's one final thought on our way out. Join us as we find somebody fun to raid to, and we will see you again in the days to come for some more fun streams. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.